Hi, I am Brenda Jean Power Medicine Woman, and this is Medicine Woman Solution. Uh, never know, I jumped right in the last 2 seconds, right? Okay. Re-catching my breath. Now I got Zoom back. Come to find out that because they updated it, and when you have certain little passwords, apparently those old password settings just wouldn't work. So I could not use my Zoom for what, 4 days, 3 days? I'm like, I'm paying for this and I can't even get on. Well, it's all taken care of now. A lot of upgrading. I'm so yellow. Yes, I've decided to crochet myself a little hats and things like that. And just catching my breath. And I'm waiting for Amy to tell me whether or not we are live on.
We are live on Facebook.
Okay, excellent. So please share away my other fan pages, or I have to have the link. So if somebody wants to put that on there, great. No, I have not been putting it on YouTube lately. Way too many things going on. And I figured I'll just eventually upload it or figure it out at some point. So this is the beautiful jewelry that Angela Allen had sent me. I remember now I had said, I need more sterling silver. I need silver because silver is that energy for me. And there's stars on it. There's little tiny stars. And the one thing I noticed is that the little tiny, whoopsie, I've got to hit pin video. There. The little stars represent meaning for hope. And so, see, there is actually hope. And then there's hope. And then there's hope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hopes. Just if you ever were looking. And then there's some tiny hopes I would never expect you to see. So I got hopes all over the place. Yeah. Hope is that light, not hoping. Don't get confused with the ing. In ego sense, hoping is, I hope it will come past. That doesn't mean that there's a lot of faith. And when I tell people, well, I hope that's good for you, it is sending that intention that there is a light to help you with that sentence, help you with whatever it is you're doing. But when people are saying, God, I'm hoping it will happen, there's not a lot of faith. There's not a lot of energy with it. And, depends on how you see it. I am trying to figure out what's going off. Oh, I hit the button to turn this on so I could see when people talk. The battery was dead yesterday. Today it's finally working. Please say yes. Oh, why not? Sim's not providing. It's a black as an ace of spades. I can't see. Oh, here we go. Got light. And not sure what that is. So you'll start noticing the issues with yourself. There'll be just issues, your issues. If you begin to notice your issues. Okay, I'm assuming that volume needs to be turned down. Everything is saying, Amy must be posting all over the place.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, normally I don't have everything going off at once, but I obviously do now. So it's funny, as I've not had problems with this iPad you gave me. Now it says that it's not working. What update messed with it? It says Sim's not provisioned. I didn't use a phone. I didn't call. Sims is a Sims card for phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no reason for that because I don't use it to call. Okay. Oakley dokley. There's a lot that happened this morning, but man, time has gone by so quickly. Just from this morning, and I had such awesome insights from this morning that I jumped on my treadmill and Spirit goes, "Oh, we got her. We got her." You know, I'm not going live. And my phone was there and they're like, "Oh, can you record this?" And I thought, "Oh," so as I'm talking as I'm on the treadmill, downloading Spirit information, which was good, but now I don't remember what the heck I even thought of this morning. That's why I recorded, because when information comes sliding through. Do you even remember what I was telling you that I was talking about this morning?
No. Pin yourself.
Well, I'm waiting for your third. Oh, well, I don't know why. Oh, you're hidden. That's why I couldn't see to pin myself. Never mind. I got it taken care of now. All good. Yeah, I see up your nose. What an angle.
So now I can leave, right?
You can leave now. It's all done.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I'm talking and I'm not popping up. Okay, we're good.
So my eyes are blue. Amy swear they were brown today. We had one of our tribal owls.
They were. I rewatched the video because I was waiting for my hair to dry after I took a shower last night or whenever. And they were brown, and then they were green, and then they were blue, and then they were brown. It was weird.
Just talk to Alan. He'll say that, you know, my height, my color of my eyes. I just wish I could thin myself. I can do height and color changing, but
that would be nice.
Yeah, I would love to be able to, you know, let me see that ability again. See if I can remember it. So anyway, I forgot what I was doing. I was looking for me on this iPad so I can join the crowd to see who's here. So we got rid of the gold and bronze because Spirit says now it's time the silver and bronze because in the tribal, because it's very important to, you know, see where everything was, and what you're doing is you're tweaking until everything starts to come into alignment. Now we have more of alignment, so we are offering just the gold, and then you get quite a bit from that already. If you ever join the fan page, you can see it on the cover photo. If you go to medicinewomansolution.weebly.com, you will see it, the information there as well, and how to join. We just had our first one of the month, and that is 2 monthly card. And then the card is what are you going to be going through? What are the things that you need to address? And then you had a personal card for those that were in the room. And that's what we did. So, and you know, even if you can't be there, you can actually begin to see what was said. So you can start looking at it for yourself. We're getting there. And it's been 1 month that we've gone through it. I like it. I think other people have liked it, enjoyed it, because they paid for a second month. And I haven't figured out a way to do renewal unless you are living in Australia. I think I'm going to be doing it that way. Hey. Wait, Alan, what do you mean my eyes look red? What is he meaning there?
I think he's joshing you.
Bloodshot, maybe, because I'm tired. When he strokes my hair, all of a sudden it's like, yeah. Hey, I remembered. I did not take off my clothes and get all comfy and then take 2 minutes before 9 o'clock. Don't you have a show?
You remembered. Yay.
Yeah, and then I dragged my butt here anyway. Not because. So my regimen, my routine healing my wheel, balancing my life, putting my priorities in order. Um, so I've been making sure I'm getting up at the same time every day. My body, I need to work on my HORARY points, which is part of rebalancing the circadian rhythm. So I don't have to have jet lag. And I know to do this, but yet, do you see me doing it?
No, I need to do it too.
Yeah, I have lost some weight and then I gained some of it back and getting back into making sure I can. The biggest thing is that I'm learning all the time how to master the physical. I've done really well in the spiritual, the mental, emotional. As I began to notice deeper in the breathing, the symptoms. So I woke up and I've noticed that my right eye is dry. My duct is not producing enough fluids. There was something else. I can't remember what it was. And Spirit says, well, just go down and rub your kidney point, only on your right side. So I went down and I rubbed some kidney points. And then my eye that was like, I can't see. All of a sudden there was moisture. Whoa, I know this stuff works. I had to surprise myself. That's how I remember it. And then I was having, wasn't today, it was a while back. And I realized that they kept telling me that there's something in the environment and my body's responding to. I'm like, what? And all of a sudden, it's like the trained response of being like Pavlov's dog. Bell rings, you salivate. You hear a certain certain time of the day, you salivate. Well, I thought, is it time? Was it sound? Was it one of my sensory systems? And it was just panic in general. So if anybody is being upset or they're resenting or they're feeling crappy or any of that, my body can feel the fluctuation as that's happening. My body is also trained to be in panic. Ooh, is my dad going to get upset? Ooh, the boy's going to get fighting. You know, what's going on? And the girl's going to fight, blah, 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 blah. Now I remember what the topic was. Dramatization. I can't say it. Dramatization. Drama. Well, too much drama. What happens when you learn that skill? When I sat back, I looked at my sisters and my brothers, and I'm like, not doing that. Not doing that. I would watch my mother and my sister fight. Aha. It was just endless torture and panic would set in. And when I started to heal out with intention of just panic from areas of my body, I was able to sit there and breathe differently, which very much surprised me because I finally found the combination to release. When I found the combination to release, it was like, it's like when you let go of something, you're like, oh, wow, that felt good. It felt strange. And I have not had a reoccurrence of that. So there's another spot with something in it, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, but soon it will be seen. So dramatization. What do you do when you say you don't want to be something and then you're forced to have to find out what you're made of? For instance, there was a bad thing that happened many years ago. Somebody conned me. And I said, oh my God, I got to get that money back. I got to get that back. And so how far would I go? Because I don't believe in using women's wilds. That just is a con. Crying game, I don't believe that's necessary. You either be your authentic self or you don't. And as I learned about the flow is in business. The flow is in different areas of your life. Some, they dictate you. Whereas some other places you can dictate yours. So in this case, it was the way the world was running, and it is who is going to rock up in the archetype of the two rivals of the pimp and the hoe. And that is who is going to dictate how your life's going to go? If you're going to be the hoe, then you're going to have to deal with the fact is that they're going to, you know, talk to you until you convince you, until you do it. They are going to tap into that feeling of hey, because if you get somebody happy enough and you get them in that state of trust, which is a hormone in itself, and you get that strong enough, and you get what they're doing is they're building their confidence, which is something if you're lacking and somebody builds your confidence, you will start producing a hormone of trust, and you, especially if you don't know how to have it yourself, then you're looking on the outside to give it to you. Then you will have a downfall because people will take advantage of that. And I never understood, how can people do that? How can you find the weakest one? How? And some people are just really good at it. Well, I had lots of lessons to learn. And I'm like, no, I don't know these people. I'm not doing this. So it was stormy. And normally it's a 45-minute drive, turned into an hour and 15 minutes because of the snow. But I went back to that mall and I had a civil conversation, and they said no. Talked to another person that was in charge of the same company because they had 3 kiosks, and they said no. And I said, Spirit, you keep telling me I'm supposed to get my money back. I have hit my Arrested Development. I don't know how to ask for it back. I don't know how to tell them I want it back. And because when you start to do something and you have to learn a different perspective, learn the other shoe, what it's like on the other foot, you got to learn these different things and the importance of it. Even if it's not your nature, don't waste it. So I knew that I was going to have to do something that I didn't do before. I knew it was going to be uncomfortable and I didn't like it, and I don't know if I'd ever like it. But I had to be faced with it. I had to get over shyness. I had to get over just letting that energy drain me. And so I've already done everything I can, called the company, this, and that. And I tried to prove to them that you guys conned me. No, we did not. And you know how everybody says what they want to say. And so then Spirit says, I want you to go over there and just look around. So I started looking at these back and forth between these 3. And I noticed there was this one man, and he had a kind heart. And Spirit says, now go talk to him. And so as I was talking to them, telling them about my plight, and it's like, I'm not the type of person that leads with my issue, but I was supposed to do this. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? And I went up there, and as I'm telling you, he says, there's nothing I can do about it. And his look in his eye said they conned him too, but he's now working for the company. I'm thinking, I'm not working for somebody. I'm not doing this. And so all of a sudden I made up a story. I'm like, I don't like this. I'm arguing and fighting with myself so deep. I hate this. And nothing. And then, of course, I turned on, because I've scared myself, believed in my own stories, pulled upon my own emotions from the time of being fearful as a child, which was easy because I didn't heal those particular emotions. It was easy to pull up. When you're in self-preservation, which is what? Amy, look up self-preservation. You know, it's what would you do? What would your lower self do? What would your ego self do when it's trying to survive this moment? How far will you go? How far, and what will you do? What will you say? Something that's uncomfortable, all of a sudden you just do, and you do it with such venom, or you do it with such tenacity or strength. You find out what you're made of to some degree to push past your fear. And it's kind of like having a bitch slap, but you have to step up to your own plate of doing something. My mother-in-law, can't tell you which one, as she's being put into a nursing home, not a nursing home, it was an assisted living home to help because there was nothing we could do. She said, I hate you, blah, blah, blah. You're the worst kids around, blah, blah, blah. And the torture and the pain. this was her last ditch effort to just say, hey, I am not going in to get healthy. I'm not going in to get well. I'm not doing this. And it was like, but we have no choice. This is, and they're like, yes, you do. You can run away. Ames, what do you got?
The protection of oneself from harm or death, especially regarded as a basic instinct in human beings and animals, a sense of self-preservation continued her not to stick around.
Right. And so it is about how safety, security, and stability. How do you achieve it? How far will you go past your own fear and limitations to get it? Like in, oh my God, the Freedom Riders. This was a bunch of people that believed in the rights of other humans. And the Freedom Riders got on this bus and they were going into enemy territory. And it was the voice of, I can't remember the time. I think it was when the African American, what do you call it? They're black. The whites and the blacks got on a bus, and they went into, I think, in the south part of the United States, to prove that human beings are humans and there are rights. They called them Freedom Riders. I'm getting caught because I'm trying to define something that, and the spirit's trying to define something at the same time. So nothing is congealing, whatever.
Gelling?
Yeah. I'm just going to let spirit speak. So the Freedom Riders, and they were on the bus, and I'm just going to say heartless people. Yes, I'm going to be judgmental. Heartless people. So the bus rides up, and they're going to stop. They weren't really allowed in the town. They're like, no, that's wrong. I can't remember if they were going to get some food, water, gas, or something. Or their bus broke down, or because there was some sabotage somewhere, but not the Freedom Riders, but people. Anyways, the bus they attacked the bus. They were smoking the bus. And I remember hearing the survivors of the Freedom Riders. They were there, they were talking, and you just wanted to cry because they're like, your body all of a sudden just wants to throw itself to survive. And they were so scared because they knew that if they got off that bus, they're going to get killed. And I'm listening to this so intently because it's like you're fighting with yourself, self-preservation. The body will want to do self-preservation and will put you in a situation. Which one? Which is the lesser of two evils? Which one? And I started to really get the concept of self-preservation. So, your body is going to say we want to survive. It's going to do it. I remember when I was choking to death. And I remember going, as I'm starting to faint, because I didn't know I had asthma, and I started to faint, and I dialed 911 fell, and I remember like bouncing out of my body, and my body's jerking to wake me up, because that's part of the self-preservation. I couldn't feel it. I just remember watching it. And then when I got back in, oh man, the physiology of how the body's response, you're like instantaneous sweat, at least my throat opened up, that self-preservation. So in that moment when I'm in the mall, self-preservation took over because I had this thing that I wanted away from. I was fearful. I had to do this. And the next thing I know, I'm crying and I'm sobbing, and you exaggerate your stories. And I hear when I'm talking to people in the past, when people talk, the way they exaggerate their story, they believe it so much. Some do it just because it's the part of their personality, and you can tell that it's not, the number is not that deep. Where some people have convinced themselves so much because they delete, distort, and generalize over and over and over all these things to cope, handle, and deal some of these PSTDs. I just like, ugh. So you're trying to do everything you can, and the dramatization, because it's high beta, you can get stuck in it. Your body then starts holding those. And when I see that in people, I want to release that so they can feel good again, so they can breathe again, so they can think again, so they can, oh my God, I have sanity again. Self-preservation, the dramatization. And as this big thing happens in the United States, it's actually happening everywhere. And as that this paradigm is finally coming to the head, we have enough light workers, we have enough people that are waking up that we can actually stop all of this racism, all of this separation, all of this, because we are moving back to unity, that yin and yang coming back into balance instead of being into the two extremes, who's right, who's wrong. That paradigm. And as I think I said in Monday's show, it's like you put all these sugar cubes, you put it into a pyramid, and then you pour blue dye. The ones in the bottom, and that's the peoples, that's us, will start to turn blue and change, and then it absorbs up to the next layer and up to layer, and then finally that top 1% is forced to change because their foundation is not what they used to know. We're having solidarity from London to Australia for what's happening in the United States. And then when you listen, and the energy I'm looking at is there are people that are protesting wonderfully and making a movement. And then it is, some people are just taking, and they're called the opportunists, I think that's called, that where some people just don't have food. Some people don't have certain things, because you got the pandemic, you have people that have no money, they have nothing. And then there are people that are in hardship, people that are in gangs, people are in that upsetness, the people that have already had a lot of anger. And so there are people that will just take advantage of somebody else's issue, jump on the bandwagon, all of these things. So you have tons of stuff that are happening at once, and we can't catch our breath. We can't get ahead. We can't change it. And we are moving forward. My husband says, first we have the bushfires, which takes your breath, and then you have the ozone stuff layer that takes in your air is different, and then you have the I can't remember his name, the one that just had his murdered. I want to say that I totally know the wrong word. Floyd. What's his first name?
George.
That's it. Okay, so they spelled it J in my head, and I think that's not how he spells it. But in my mind, they were trying to get me to remember it because that's how you say George too. Or hey, George. And like they're trying to get, okay. Again, not gelling fully, but you can't breathe. You're talking about the fifth chakra, the power of choice, the way to metabolize, to change, to become more of who and what you're meant to be. These paradigms. And the one thing is, again, as I'm looking at it, is that how do people make a difference? Sometimes people have to die to make a difference. That used to be called martyrism. But what do we do on a collective? And sometimes we have to have that bitch slap in order for us to, all of us to wake up to, what is it? What light code's going to go off? Nobody knows exactly what it's going to look like. But let's not waste it. If you're having twangs of anger, fear, heal it out, help support, so that all of us can begin to change to have a better consciousness, a healthier alignment for our consciousness. Let's really make and push it, and let's get to where we're going. Let's just get there. We can do our part if we are not the type of person that is an activist that goes on the street and be the protesters, or if we're not that type of person. But here's the thing. Where do you protest in your own home? I don't have my rights. My husband has all my rights. Or I don't have my rights because my family tells me who I'm supposed to be. Did you just hear those two particular things? Go inside. That value. What do you value? You value what? You have to learn your values. And from the values pops out beliefs. And the values of towards and away from. You may want it towards freedom, but if you are away from not, like, let's put it this way, poverty versus being rich. I don't want to go to poverty. I want to be rich. But if you're standing there, okay, so let's say this is the face. Okay, so the face is going to look towards poverty, or the face is going to look towards being rich. I don't know which one's what. So we'll just say this one's rich. So they're like, yeah, I'm going to go through here. Well, the rubber band, okay, is going to pull you back to poverty because you haven't taken care of your any roots or of any of your issues. But if you are looking at your poverty and you're saying you want rich, then you're going to focus on this, and you're not even going to use the rubber band effect. You just can't get out of the facing your health. When you start to get to the root cause of your issues, resolve out the emotions, resolve it out, all of a sudden, not only will you get to face the richness, you also get to release the rubber band that keeps trying to pull you back. You change those values. So if you value that I don't want to be poor, I can't do this, I can't is an away from. And the more you invest in those, the more you're going to make your life harder. So if you feel like you can't be something because your mom, dad won't let you, or your husband won't let you, understand you've invested in that I can't. Now let's take a little step further. One of the huge things was for me was that I've never really had a different experience. And then all of a sudden, I come to Australia and I have a different experience. But I also have a different experience because the man I'm married to now, his energy is not a sloth. His energy is like a kangaroo. He's got all this wonderful strength, this wonderful determination, wonderful part of who he is. So I'm affected by that because energies affect me. Then he sat there and he says, hey, I've always loved the idea of lifting weights and all of this. And he's got this whole weight set. So we started to do it. And yeah, I could only do about 50 pounds. And I think, God, that's weak. But then, 75, 80, up to 125. But how we got there, what makes us different is that we can problem solve, but we can also learn. And it's not about failure. It's about, can you see the wisdom? Instead of pushing the cause away and the cause is pushing against you, bring it in and look at the wisdom. So I couldn't really lift 125. It was like, yeah, right. But I said, okay, show me the wisdom. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. And lo and behold, like I watched some dementia people and they only live in the past and they were dehydrated and they're like, no, I don't need water. I don't know. So they end up in the hospital. They had to give them water in fluids, intravenously. Is that the word I'm looking for? Okay, so I don't know what's going on with words today. But anyway, all of a sudden, they were thinking better, feeling better, and they could remember things. Not really good, but they remembered things. Because before they were just checked out. There was a major difference. Now, for me, I'd be going, oh, I need to drink more water. And then I would try to remind myself to drink more water or however it is. And the husband is like, oh my God, he learned something. He took that wisdom and he's trying to apply it for her. So now let's go back. We have the ability to grab that wisdom. But half of the time, do you recognize when that wisdom comes? When you can see that little difference? So when I was disciplining myself, oh, you're a bad person. No, that's not how you discipline. Oh, I'm going to hit myself because I'm going to fluctuate. I didn't say gas. I said hit yourself. No, that's not how you do it. And discipline was taking, and my husband says, okay, well, let's start you off and see what you can lift. And so I'm bench pressing, and then all of a sudden he says, okay, now that you've done this many, we're going to put that 5 pounds extra on. And I'm like, I'm freaking tired already. Come on, see what you're made of. Just start proving to yourself. So he slapped on an extra 5 pounds. And I was like, oh my God. Focus. I get up. Okay, now you got to do one more. I'm looking like, can I beat you with this? Okay, so then I was like, yeah, I can hear myself, bitch. So then all of a sudden I did it twice. And it was like, I did it. I'm sore, but I did it. Now, I just told my body and my mind that I've already done it once, I can do it again. So it doesn't matter how many 5 pounds you put on, I can always start to achieve. I can get there. So you're learning how you can believe in yourself, how you can find that determination, and you can have this integrity about yourself, and you can feel like you can achieve. Now, it's nice to have a cheerleader. I mean, he's not in his little tutu and cheering, but he is over there cheering on the way he does. And it's like, wow, to have someone believe in me. I believe in myself, but to have someone believe in me. I mean, I thought that was my one husband was, my ex, and he pulled that rug from underneath me, and that created my body to go into a panic. It was like, wait, what? We've been together how long? And you really, from the start, you're not just saying this shit so you can get out of something. He wanted nothing to do with me. He didn't believe in me. And I had forgotten what it was like to have someone to believe in me. And what's important about everything I'm saying is that you can find that wisdom. So when I'm at the mall and I'm crying and screaming to get the attention, making a noise, like, you can't stand here. Okay, fine. Well, how far legally can I go away? So I'm over in the corner. People are coming to me. And I point, and I'm like, God, I feel like a little kid. But I'm literally tapping into that fear. And everybody started to become aware, because the squeaky wheel gets oiled first. And I said, really do not like this character about me, and I'm going to take the wisdom from this. But I saw what I was made of, because I got my money back. They didn't have to go to jail. None of that all that got settled. And I was proud of myself that I was able to achieve it. I didn't like the tactic I had to do it, but I got to experience the wisdom from that point of view. Doesn't mean I need to take up and become a drama queen, or I need to do this to squeak my wheel and make sure I can bulldoze everybody and tank everybody and be the pimp. And no, I don't have to go that far. But I got to see the points of view. When you can grab the wisdom from those points of view, you are going to be so much farther ahead when you go to do the next part of your life, because then you're like, but I've already done that. I've already experienced that. I know that there's a third option. I know there's another option. Because when you get beaten down and you get brainwashed and you don't know that's happening, it's like that's the identity you have to take on, and you've lost your identity, and therefore you're controlled by it. And when you begin to wake up from that sleep, you're like, where the fuck have I been? But you can get through it faster than I did by using tools. I have watched myself leap forward in great leaps and know that I can retain my sanity, begin to master my health. Melinda said, oh my God, I'm crying now. Triggered, hands on my forehead. Really? Oh, wow. Oh, Melinda says, I absolutely accept that I'm the only one standing in my way. But see, this is what we're learning, Melinda, is when you can grab that wisdom, guess what happens? Skill. You got skill, baby. I was like, I know what kind of life I had, but I couldn't see it. So now that I get to see it through my clients, it's like, shit, I don't have the skills in certain areas of my life. And so I had to develop that. That's why I say when people said they want to go do something, I said, take where you're at before you go, because you don't want to take that baggage with you. You're going to heal out shit you don't need. You're going to learn where's the wisdom, and I'm going to take it. And then you're going to take and learn some skills. And then you're going to close what you don't need. And because you've developed all this other knowledge, you're going to be able to step in that next part of your life with grace and ease. It can be done because I've done it. So I'm always thankful when I realized that I had lost my identity 3 times. And 3 times I picked myself and dusted myself off. But I'm going to tell you this last time, actually it was 4. But the 4th one was such a grace and ease moment. because I did everything that I teach. It was like, okay, don't need this anymore. Let that go, heal this, close that, get my energy back. When I say close, I mean get your energy back off of it. Be done with it. Take a big step forward, learn to take risk. Hold on, I need some more education over here because I don't quite get this. This is why I tell you to define everything. And the next thing you know, you're going to start to leap forward into your life. And you will be so surprised that when you go back to go, this is where I am. That's where I start. Oh my God, look how far I've gotten. Because I can look back at my life and I've gotten nowhere. But when you start to see where you begin and the tools you apply and all of these little things you do with knowledge. I mean, Amy, are you surprised? How long has it been since the day that we started? Because the day before we started, you're waking up, you're excited, everything's great. And then I said, always measure back to the day we started. How long has it been, you think?
It has, on the 10th, it will be 1 year.
Ooh, I'm going to make you big so everybody sees you. So, hi, Ames. So on the 10th, it'll be 1 year. Okay. Have you grown at all? Nah.
Not a bit.
No. Oh, see, I thought so. Anyways, tell the truth.
Oh my God, yes. I mean,
it's a whirlwind, but you've grown. And are you proud of yourself? Even if you can't think of what it is, can you feel that you've grown and go, oh my God, I don't want to go back to that?
Oh yeah, no, I don't want to. I don't want to go back. No.
So part of looking back is it's not only what has changed, but how have you grown? As you begin to look, you thought your life was good. And now you have different sets of friends.
Oh yeah. Different friends. People have fallen away.
That you thought you could never live without.
Right. I mean, there's this one lady that I talk to every day, every single day. I think it's been at least 6 months since I've talked to her.
But did you get rid of her, or did the universe just rearrange everything for you?
The universe just rearranged everything.
And you didn't even know it, did you?
Nope.
So it can be done with grace and ease. Okay. And then you were so dived in of taking care of babies, you pretty much did everything for free for people.
Mm-hmm.
And you're fine with that. And now it's not that you, you probably miss them, but did you realize that you can have a life without them?
At the time, no, but now it's like, every once in a while I'll see a baby and it's like, oh, I want to hold a baby, but yeah.
And now you have this house you can do whatever you want. You can begin to grow.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you can go back and measure, have I grown from yesterday? Have I grown from the day before? Am I still depressed? Am I still having a really hard time? This is why you measure everything. Because sometimes the subtlety is so subtle, you don't realize that you've grown. But you have. Yeah. You're not on a lot of medications, your sugar's under control, and that, you're taking your medicine, but you had your medicine before and it wasn't under control. Now that's not something that you really worry about, is it?
No, I don't.
Things have changed. Mm-hmm. You're beginning to understand when your energy switches. You're like, oh shit, wait. Am I absorbing? Have I morphed? And then you got the tools that can, you're back to your happy little self.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, me and the group have really actually witnessed this. Oh, just because you did some healing.
Yeah, it's a night and day difference.
It's hard to describe, isn't it?
It is. It really is, because I mean, at one point I thought it was me.
What does that mean?
Being, going from being happy to being bitchzilla, basically. Oh yeah.
Really? My sweet Amy was bitchzilla?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, especially when I morph into my husband, because he is Mr. Negative. Mr. Just poor me. So yeah.
And you can hear the language.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And do you used to dwell in that, and now do you realize there's a choice?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't know there was a choice a year ago.
Oh, Amy, your card is expired. It's been 1 year. Hold on. That means that you're going to have to give me your spiritual ticket, and you're going to have to go back to all that. You ready?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, you get renewed. You get renewed as long as you keep moving forward. Now, sometimes people go on waves, which means they don't want to do this stuff anymore, but that just means they have to go out and learn something, gather something, and maybe have a bitch slap. But if you can learn how to heal, process, and all of this stuff while you're doing it, you can have less of a bitch slap. You can have it maybe a kick in the ass every now and then, but you're doing it with your eyes open. And you won't have to go on the wave. You can do everything more with grace and ease. And then you're just imagine in 5 years, you can't, but you could. Your life's going to get better and better just because you set your GPS to, what is it, happiness or joy? What did you choose?
Oh.
Both. Good. And you've already seen evidence and result physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually.
Mm-hmm. I definitely have.
That's good. And I'm happy for it.
Me too.
I loved when all of a sudden we're healing, and you're like, you mean I could feel differently?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like
headaches,
wow.
Physical sickness. Oh, those were always a whopper because you'd be like, oh my God, I got a headache. I says, well, heal it. And you're like, what? Yeah. I'd say, do this, rub this point, do this. Oh my God. I would always get this big scream, that she's like, oh, she's got the major difference. Well, she's witnessing right there.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I don't remember what day it was. I woke up with a headache. I think it was Saturday or Sunday. And I woke up and I rubbed every point I could think of because I didn't have a pendulum with me. I was at my aunt's house. And so I just rubbed every point, and I'm like, Brenda, I rubbed all my points and I still have a headache. And I had morphed into my aunt, not knowing it.
That's right, because I said, hey, you're your aunt. Hi, aunt. And then she used the tools to unmorph. Is that the word? Again, I'm not even sure what words I'm using today.
Yeah, I would say.
You know what I mean? Okay. But you mean you got back to yourself, and then all of a sudden you felt better. Did the headache go away then?
My head cleared up. The headache went away within maybe 20 minutes, and I was back to me.
Good. And I'm glad you're learning the little differences. They're very, very important. That's good.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that I was her before I fell asleep because I slept with the headache.
Oh. See, it's remembering. I mean, you get better at it, and then you can get to a stage where you're like, well, I know I should do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you sabotage yourself and put yourself through hell. And you got no one to blame but yourself.
Exactly. It is like,
oh my God.
Shit, I'm doing this for myself, damn it.
But what's funny is that there are days that I'm like, I'm wide awake. I can't be bothered. And I should know that that's a program and that I'm picking somebody up. Because I'll be freaking asleep and wake up and going, oh, I need to do this. What do I need to do? And they'll say, rub this, do this and that. So I'm, my husband will wake up. What are you doing? He doesn't never say it, but I know I've got to wake him up. But the bed's wiggling and all this and that. And it's just because I'm taking care of my points, people. Okay. I can just hear Vicky now. Sure. Anyway.
Yes, Vicky.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm healing myself. And then all of a sudden I'll go back to sleep. Now I'm sleeping and I can heal myself. So what's the difference of me being awake and saying, oh, I can't be bothered? Because I've heard that phrase by many people. And that's usually one of the things you do when you want to do self-sabotage. Self-sabotage. Oh my God, words don't want to come out right. I think I half said it right.
Self-sabotage, yes.
I need some tweaking. Anyways, you should see all these beautiful notes. Wait, Melinda says, okay, wait, I gotta go back to I can't figure out how to go. Okay, I'm just gonna read this one. I called myself Black Ratty for 2 years. I can relate, Amy. Yes, you should read this. Going for Bliss. Okay, you should read these. Amy, your soul is so shiny. I can see you. Hey, you love my yellow? Yeah, I just made my hat. She matches her elephants.
I do. I look at my wall. Brenda, in approximately 2 weeks, maybe 3, you will have a black and yellow necklace to go with that outfit.
Oh, that would be nice.
Along with earrings.
Did you have an orange one for me?
Yes, there's an orange one. There's a black and red one, and there's a black and yellow one coming.
Cool. You know what I got to buy? I got to get my butt out there sometime. I've got to get some like royal blue. I found some beautiful royal blue shirts I have in the closet. And if I can get some royal blue, whatever this is called, yarn. Gosh, I'm terrible. I can't get any words to want to go. I could get, yeah, we know where we're going with this. Okay. So anyways, Betty says, Brenda, when we sleep, it is so much easier not to have the answer to anything and take care of ourselves. We feel like we need permission. Okay. Can you translate that? My brain did not hear anything I just said.
Okay.
Apparently I can't read. I'm going to do Wayne Cook. Maybe that's my problem. I read that.
It is so much easier to not have to answer. When we sleep, it is so much easier not to have to answer to anyone and take care of ourselves.
Yeah, because we don't have to listen to our mom and our dad and our husbands and our kids. And it is to take care of ourselves. But sometimes people just want to sleep. You feel like we need permission. Just by you. Okay, that's it. Thank you for holding that space. That's what you have to heal out. What did you think she said when you read that next line she wrote? Well, you have been with me enough now. What would you suggest that I would say? She's like, dang it, she just put me on the spot again. It's okay. You can do it. It's right there in her sentence.
We have to heal out
she says we feel like we need permissions. And that is what we have believed. And we have to take the energy off that belief that we need permissions to be ourselves. And what will happen is that you'll start to become yourself. Let me tell you, when I started to really change my belief systems and take off those emotions, those excuses and the reasons that make me flip me back into the compulsion of becoming that, I had to stand up to the church. Now, I loved my church, but when my church says to the group, oh, well, we're all ice cream and everybody else is sherbet, I'm like, so I asked a few more questions and I'm like, oh my God, this is way before Voldemort time. I'm thinking, no, there's no pure blood, whatever. Good Lord, I need to do a little longer. Anyways, I was like, I don't know if I agree with that. And then this is where you start using discernment. I mean, at first I had judgment. Shock. Oh. But then I was listening and later on it was about we can't support gays. And I'm like, did I just hear? Wait. Okay. I can understand you don't want to be gay. But did you just say we as a congregation are not support people that are gay?
Finish it off, Brenda.
Oh, yeah. I said, did I hear that correctly? And then I didn't ask the pastor. I asked a bunch of other people in the group. I asked a bunch of people in the group. And he says, yeah, that's what it is. And they're like talking like brainwashed. And I'm like, well, I'm not giving up my friends. I totally respect love is love. What's going on here? And then there was something else. I can't remember what the other thing was. I said, that's it. I mean, they were just like back to back to back. It's like I had not seen it before, and all of a sudden now it's like all the lights went on. Do 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 do. And then I said, and I had to tell them, because you don't accept my kind, you don't accept these people, you don't accept humans. I can't do this. So don't expect me to come to church. I says, I want my card so I can rip it up because it's not this church I want. So it took me a while. Oh my gosh, Melinda says my dad was a minister. I tried to burn down his church when I was 4. You probably already knew something was wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it's just interesting. Okay, Betty. It's just interesting when you take and you start to wake up. Like I was watching comedies. I mean, I'm laughing my butt off. And all of a sudden, it's like a switch goes off. And the joke was all about the woman. Amy, your eyes are bugged out of your head.
Oh, I switched over to see how many emails I have.
Okay. She's like this.
Sorry.
Freak me out, girl. Okay. So I forgot what I was saying. I don't like a pause, but a dramatic pause every now and then is good. We accept good. We accept every, oh my God, what is going on with me? I better check. My polarity is off. And when the polarity is off, you can have physical symptoms and everything else. I know that there's something good there. I can see it, but I can't see it. Oh, Angela, there it is. Do you like it? She's the one that gave me this gift. Do. And Angela, with the rest, I'm buying some clothes. Just not sure exactly. I just know it's going to be like full of color because I need color in my life. I don't want no mustard color. I can't do that.
Take me out to green.
Oh, baby's ass to be put in the corner. I didn't make her go there. Okay, fine. She probably wants to scratch her pits or something. Not everybody see her. No, I just teasing. Okay. All right. I got to get to the one screen. So that means I have to shrinky dink this down. I need to open this up. That's the wrong thing, Brenda. Again, if you know people that are ready to wake up, share away. If you know some people that are empaths and they need healing, share away. The only way you're going to make a difference is be yourself, be the example. Share that information. If there are people that are not aligned with you, then just walk away. Go in the direction that you need to go into. Don't shut yourself down. Be your authentic self. And there's a lot of healing you can do so you can become that. And then you get to learn the difference of when you can't be that, you can heal that out. So there's a lot you can do. Pretty in pink. God, I would love to wear pink. The other day, I was in academy class, I think, Ames.
Yeah.
I think I was. And I was wearing pink. And it was really distressing me. And so I had to teach the color frequencies when we're lacking or we have too much of, or when something is out of line with ourselves. So finally, I can't even remember how long I actually wore it, for 15 minutes, maybe. I said, I can't wear this anymore. Because I could feel like it was screwing up my energies. And then my face started to break out.
I think maybe 10 minutes and you had to change.
I'm like, I'm out of here. And I got it off. I put it on the color on. I'm like, what's that?
And I had pink on also, and that was freaking you out.
So there's certain colors you need, and then there's certain colors that you have to know when it's draining you. And I'm fully aware, like if I can tolerate certain color pinks. I think it has to have more red in it, and then it won't bother me. Or it has to have a certain amount of purple, blue or something, and then it don't bother me. But if it's like too much of frequency of a pink, I'm still investigating what that is. Not high on my list, though. I put up a good fight. Yeah, put them up, Pink. Put them up. Love it, but no, just don't like me. It's like bad indigestion, I swear. um, yes. Okay. The tribal group. Like I said, we've gone 1 month, and the more that you're there, the more you'll be able to. You'll start to find your footing, and you can be able to enjoy. So we're gonna to next Tuesday or next Wednesday, Monday, whatever the day is in whatever country you live in. Learn the time calculator. We're going to be meditating, and I think the meditation is going to be working on certain meridians. I'm not sure which one first. Spirit will tell me when it gets closer to that. And we're going to learn to tap into that wisdom just a little bit more. Maybe heal out some emotions while we're at it. One of the things that it's going to lead up to is eventually, in order to manifest your future, you eventually would have to address all these meridians anyway. So I think Spirit wants to design, because you're in the tribe, is design it so that we can start resolving out particular things out of these meridians so that when it comes to manifesting certain things that you want, it'll just start to be a breeze. Okay. Rebecca, you live in Australia, so the tribal thing will be Tuesday for you at 11 a.m. Or no, wait, you're a half hour ahead of me or a half hour behind. Figure it out. It's my 11 a.m. And
here in the States, it's Mondays at 8:30 Central Time, so 7:30 Eastern. No, 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 Mountain, and 6:30 Pacific, I believe. I don't know. I just know it's 8:30 Central Time.
Yeah.
There.
That's why I use a time calculator. But anyways, on my website, it talks and answers questions and all these other good stuff. So, okay, so I'm checking. Okay, we have no paid readings.
I just got a text from LaRonda.
Yeah.
Her little guy is he says he don't want to die, and if we die we'll be together. He doesn't like dying, he don't want to do that. Then he said he doesn't think that she'll go to heaven to be with him.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
searching for the words, and she's down south, so she doesn't have good internet.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to deal with this. When you're a child, now this child is an exception. Oh, he's 4 years old. Is that correct?
Yep, he will be 5 in like 2 weeks, I think.
Okay. So what happens is he kind of remembers a lot of information. He is not forgotten. He can talk about a lot of he can talk about the past. He can talk about reincarnation, I think, from his last life. So some of these questions. And the first thing I heard is that dying is not so. Come in a little closer. They said they're going to have to find the right words because it's a 4-year-old language. All they can tell you is that if she can translate the idea that it's not the dying that's bad, it's the how you die is what's scary, and that's one of the things we happen to remember when we do die. Some of us have horrific deaths. Again, she has to put it into her words of how she's going to do this. So it's the process of dying. It's how you die. And if you can live a clean life, maybe she can talk about all of this good stuff, then maybe he can be convinced that it's okay. But his major concern is the separation. This is where then I would say, okay, oh, honey, what the feeling do you get? And then if there's, I feel sad. Oh, copy mama. Mama's going to take care of your sadness. And you can help heal mama by doing this. Okay. You do it. And then that helps mama. Ready? Let's go. Let's see. We put our hand here, and literally get him to start copying you while he deals with his emotions. And if he, And if he can't, say, okay, how about mama plays with you? Then you would go up and you'd say, okay, is it okay if mom put her hands there? No, no. How about you hold your hand here? And then mama, and you can grab his arm. And the best part that you could do is to take care of that is to hold L1S, left wrist first position soft. So that means you could just be holding it nice and soft and he wouldn't even know. And he could be holding his forehead. And if he takes it down, say, oh, it's okay. And then he goes, put your hand up there. You can actually begin to help him and say, you know, that bad feeling, what if we were just make it go away? You know, how about an air balloon? How about getting a piece of paper and color in it? And then we just take and rip it up and make it go away. Help him problem solve, help him resolve this now as he goes. Another part would be, we don't know that. We don't know if mommy can get to the other side, but you know what? I believe we all do. And then there's a part of you that I can tell you, most of us, all of us will. If you have fear, you have to go through that hump from what I understand. But most of the time, you know, you can even do a pact because someone's here and they said, you know, when mama goes, we can make a plan. We can ask grandma or we can ask somebody that's on the other side so he can get a concept to wait for me and then help me cross over. And you can give this, there's always a light. And to make sure I see this light, let's just have someone there to help me cross over. Okay. So there's little things that you can help to do. And is there anything else you want? The comfort is, so you won't understand that. It's, yeah. They're saying the best thing to do is because he's remembering a particular part of his one past life and the separation energy of itself is one of the things he's come back to learn about. So if you can begin to help him and say, okay, let's copy mommy. You know, even though he can't say it, you know, you can do the giggling. Oh, wait a minute, let me tap you. And you can get very creative doing these healing tools when you can also set up, oh, even though they were separated, oh no, you know, let him use his imagination. You can really dive in to help the child in many different ways. First, she's got to take care of her own fear that she can't answer him, but she can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then if he could draw on a piece of paper and then somehow problem solve it, you know, color it out until that feeling is gone. Make a balloon and blow all of your air, or well, he probably can't blow a balloon. Water. Okay, so he can hold a glass of water, put his fear in the water, and then you pour it down the drain. You can do some form of little help and ritual to help them get to that next phase.
Yeah.
Okay, does that help?
Yeah, I think it will. She's down at her oldest son's, so her internet or Wi-Fi is
right
shoddy.
Okay. Shirley something. You know, oh, hey, Amy, I got to see the number. Since I got.
Becca paid.
What's that?
Rebecca paid one forward.
Aw, that's awesome. Okay, so we have. What are you talking about? Okay, let me get to my number first. While you figure that out, Shirley.
Yes, that's the number.
Shirley, you can come on. Now you can hide. Now you can only hear Amy. You don't see Amy. You can do that too. Or you can say, it's okay. The whole world can see me. And then we could do it like this. But if you're like Amy and says, stick me in the corner so nobody sees me, it's like, okay. And then you can hear. So.
Yeah.
And
I paid one forward. So I need those who would like to be in the drawing for this.
Yes.
We say yes, please. Only once.
So isn't that great? We have somebody that was kind and generous, and the ARC, the act of random kindness, and that's very important to do. And so because it's gifted, you just have to say yes, please. Just say it once. You don't be, bombarding the screen. And she'll take and put your name on a piece of paper and put it in the little treasure chest so that she can draw your name out. And we have her coming on Zoom. I can't wait. How excited. It's good. We have Bobby, we had Crystal, we had, okay, Stacy Howard. How cool. Wonderful. And I think that's the one from high school. So let's go. I'm off to bed. Good night and enjoy. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Rebecca. And we appreciate that kindness. Then we have Lynn. I'm going to butcher your last name. I'm so sorry. Gramachek. But Lynn, Kathy, you do not have to go to the room. We can do it just like this. So that's up to you. So I'm not sure who. Kathy Garcia. Okay, so when you pay, your name's going to be different unless you let me know who you are. So I need to know who that person is. So somebody will have to come forward about who that person is. Okay, so I will have to double check and there it is. She has paid it forward. That was wonderful of her. And we appreciate that. Just recentering myself. Okay, so what happens is that if you come on, great. If you're not coming on, have what you want ready. I said it correct? No. Oh my God, I actually got something right, Amy. Okay. Anyway, so Kathy, you decide what you want me to talk about, and we'll do that. Yeah, Lynn. I'm not sure exactly what to call you, but I'm looking down. I see that. I feel like, okay, we can do this. Oh, that's cool. So as we wait for her to come into the room, I have to find my right.
So I get them in. So it's Lynn and Shirley and Beck, right?
Yes, because Lynn, Kathy, aka Kathy, put Kathy Garcia next to it so that you know. Because your name is going into the Hope Chest. That means that for the month of July, you have an opportunity to win 15 minutes of airtime with me. So any month in June, anytime you've paid, your name goes into the Hope Chest, and then you get to have your, whatever. What am I saying? Here we go again. I would love this
to be a 15-minute free reading with Brenda on live the 1st of next month.
Oh, I see, Megan, you're such a beautiful woman. She sent in, you're totally awesome. Feel free to read for someone or keep it to yourself, keep it, I love your work. So she has paid it forward. We're going to take that generosity of love. We're going to pay it forward. We have 2. Do you get this? 2. So we're going to be towards the end is when we're going to do it. So anybody that comes on, we have to make sure to let them know and pay it forward by letting people know. The only way that people are going to know this is if you share this out. If you take and you send it to groups, or you let somebody know that maybe, it could be their lifeline. I've had many people come on and they needed to hear this. They needed to, and they were able to move forward. And whether I said something or they had a reading. Okay. So see Megan Michael, Rebecca gets in there. Lynn, aka Kathy, and then you have Shirley Sumpton.
Okay.
Okay, Shirley, I think she's still trying to get in. Yep, there she is. Here we go. Oh, gotta get my stuff ready. Hi. Oh, gotta wait for the audio to come in. Now, she'll tell me whether or not, whether we keep baby in the corner or we can. Oh, not yet. Can't hear you yet. We're almost there. Almost there.
Unmute.
Ask to unmute. Okay, so I'm going to have you unmute. That's all I get is to ask. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Yay! Now, would you like to stay in the corner and not be seen, or do you want to share yourself with the rest of the world?
Oh, I could share myself with the rest of the world. I don't care.
Awesome. Hello. How can we help you, dear?
I just have a confusing love life, and I just want to know if I should just cool it or just keep going.
Okay, so we're going to look at it a certain way. Right now, the state of your emotions are less than love. Right now, it's like confusion. There's all these things. And you're asking, what should I do with this love life? What should I do with this love life? Now, we're going to ask the cards, but I'm also going to give a chance to see if we can get you to do some healing, because we're going to see if we can get through this 6 minutes.
All right.
They're saying that you're having a hard time staying optimistic and having positive thinking about this romance. Duh. And then the honeymoon, the bliss had disappeared, is there, but you can't see it anymore, right? Okay. When I go a little further, they said they need to release your ex. So that means you're carrying some type of baggage that you're repeating.
I am.
Okay, so you can see that. You can see how this is affecting this one, correct?
Yes.
I love your kitty pillow, by the way. Anyway. So what happens is when they carry that signature and you haven't resolved it, you are bringing that baggage over to this other relationship. And so what happens is then you have a filter. Okay. So you're trying to look at the love of your life, and all you're seeing is that signature from that last person. And it's getting in the way. Every freaking button being pushed, and you're like, ah. And what happens is that you'll start rebuilding resentment up, and you won't know it, which then sabotages the relationship you're in. So this is what we're going to do.
That makes sense.
We're going to go a little bit further. What is it that's causing this thing? What part of the signature? You, them. Do they get defensive a lot?
Who I'm dating or my ex?
Both.
My ex is just really hot pursuing me.
Okay.
And I keep telling him no, that there's just no way.
Okay.
And he won't stop.
So now it's nice to know that you have the new one, and then you have the old one interfering, and somebody is, yeah, okay, so the defense of trying to play offense. So the thing is he's trying to win your heart. Now, is he sabotaging him directly, or is he just going through you?
It's just me. It has nothing to do with it.
Thank goodness. Okay, so, but it's the pursuing part, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to look at this. What is causing this? You don't want me to look at that. You want me to look at the X. So I'm going to look just directly at the X and that relationship, the energy cord. And they said that it has to do with confusing you with right and wrong. So his talking, his la, 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 is trying to get you, he's trying to insert his dream into your head so he can live the way he wants to live with you.
That makes sense.
Okay, so that's what's called, okay, I'm not calling you any names, but that's the archetype of the prostitute and the hoe. In any relationship, whether it's male or female, business and clients, whatever, if you're trying to force your idea onto somebody to give you, they can, you don't have to pay, or the pimp does not have to pay for anything. The hoe has to give up everything of her own rights, give him whatever. It is that archetype. And what I'm seeing is that he's convincing you. He's trying to say certain words. Is it working? Is it working? No. Okay, I'll try this angle. And there's a part of you that's tired because you've heard it before.
I'm very tired.
And does he also do gaslighting, trying to make you sound like you're crazy?
Oh yeah, it's really heavy duty gaslighting.
Now, what's interesting is the energy. Now, everybody could probably see it, but it's like all of a sudden it's like this lead weight in your neck, in your head, in your body. And it feels, because it's weird, because it's not a weight I can feel on me. It feels like that you're magnetically like, stuck.
I was so stressed. I had heart surgery last week.
Holy cow. Okay, yes, that is what's going on. It's those vessels, those veins I see. Oh,
It
Jesus.
hurt.
Oh, no. No. Where'd she go?
I'm here. Hold on.
Oh.
It was him calling me.
Oh, well, there's a sign. So now let's go a little bit further. How can we help her so that she does not have to have this physical thing anymore? Well, first of all, they said, understand every time, just even the thought or a trigger, it puts impending doom into you. You're like, I don't have the heart to do this anymore. And hence the heart. Now, again, I don't see that here. I see how it's like the blood vessels, you know, how it pumps up, it pumps down.
Yeah,
Your
they
body.
hurt time.
Yes.
They
Okay. So we're going to take, and we're going, and I don't, you may want to do this after the show, but I don't think you have a magnet on you, but we're going to use your hand as the magnet.
Okay.
Your heart meridian freezes over. The heart meridian goes from the pit to the tip. Okay. And when it freezes, that means energy doesn't move. But you don't just have it on one side, you have it on both sides, which means you have been, I can't do it anymore. I'm trying to freeze my will. I'm trying to get him out, but it's affecting you. So we want to unfreeze this, okay? So what you're going to do is that we're going to take this point here, and you're just going to take, remember, we've got, it's like a magnet, so you're going to use both sides like this. Okay. And I want you to do that right now if you can, and do that at least 12 times. And when the alarm rings, ignore that, because I got to get your heart unfrozen before I let you go. Okay, and then I'm going to test her in a second. So you're going to need a stronger magnet. No, I don't want you to do that because you had your heart done. Exactly, tell me exactly what they did to your heart.
I had a stent put in my heart and my the artery they call the widowmaker.
Okay, all right, so yeah, no more magnet. We're not going to use any magnets on you. So you're going to have to use the electricity you have here. Okay, that means you got to make sure front and back. So you're going to make sure this point, and you're going to go back and forth. You're going to have to do it a few more times because it has been frozen for a while.
Yeah.
Both sides, okay, and you're going to do both wrists.
Oh, okay.
By the pinky. Now I'm just going to test and see how you did on that one. See, it was frozen. It's released a little bit, but we want it to be nice and healthy. That means do it a few more times, and you'll start to notice you will improve. Now I'm going to ask, what else can we do? They says, yeah, your paradigm, your pericardium, the sac around the heart, is also frozen. Well, that would explain that. Okay, so while you can do this because you have this point here, and then you have this point here.
Okay. Just
make sure you rub both of those, and you can get them done both at once. Okay, so you're gonna have to do that several times. When you're done, and we're gonna just take and because you've done it, just on this, I want you to rub this. So get in there if you can, rub it a good 30 times. Okay. Now it may be sore, it may not be sore. That depends on how. Oh, just yeah, just by rubbing it, I can feel this rush. I can hear the fluid, the blood, in this one vein here. It sounds clear. Okay, so good. That means the energy is moving, and that's what we want your body to do, is to start to repair. So once you're done rubbing it, let me just double check. Now she's got this. Okay, so you will go back and freeze up every now and then, because as soon as you think his name, hear his bullshit, know it's coming. Okay, you're like, ugh. So you're going to have to do this often. Make sure you go back and watch this. I don't want you to use a magnet because you just had heart surgery, but you are going to use your hand, both sides. You're going to make sure you rub here and here. I'm going to check, is there any other place that's frozen on her? Okay, good. Any other one that needs to be redirected? You're going to, okay, so we'll do that. So after you've done both sides of your hand, you're going to make sure the one underneath your pinky and then the one in the middle. You're going to do both hands.
Yep.
Then you're going to sit back and you're going to start to see if you can feel a difference. Once you start to do this and you keep remembering it, you'll start to notice when you start to feel, you'll say, I know what Brenda said. Go and take care of it. And then you're going to be able to start to measure the difference of when you feel good and you start to feel like shit. Okay. So because you have what you got going inside of you, you need to give it extra support. And I asked Spirit, is there anything else you want her to do? And they said what they would like you to do. Okay, that's good. Is that they need you to begin to understand that he makes you an it. It's all courtship, courtship, courtship. It's you. You're wonderful, great. And then go back to remembering how you're just an it in the relationship. They want you to heal that because that's what you're fighting against. You're like, not only do I not want you, the reason I really don't want you is because I'm so tired of being an it. So when you guys are having a conversation, you can feel yourself going back to old memory. But at the same time, if you begin to notice his pattern, this is what he does. That's how he does it. You will then go, wait, instead of being angry, you're like, no, I don't have to fall for it. You'll start to build skill. Okay. Now,
I've been trying to do that.
Right. Now, this is the other thing you're going to do, hon.
Okay.
When that happens and you feel like, okay, I know you know that sound you make.
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to take left wrist. Okay. You're going to take and you're going to find that very first position, but this time it's under the thumb. You're going to place your thumb there and your finger here, and then you're going like this. You're going to push your thumb in deep here, and you're going to go like this. Okay. And you're going to keep it there. You're going to think, oh my God, I can't take it anymore. Whatever word, language, you can learn to write it down. It can be one sentence. Because we want those 41 thoughts of to be not about him or the situation. It's about focusing on, hey, I got joy today. Hey, I'm grateful. Hey, you understand? So I'm glad this is recording. So you're going to make sure you just like, oh my God, it's driving me crazy. And it's a big fat 10. You stay there. What happens is the chemical peptides of the emotion will calm down. The blood will start coming back up to your head, so you'll get less stressed, and the thoughts will improve. You want it to go to 0. But because you have been gaslit for so long and controlled for so long, it's called a habit. And you just know how to go there. Okay, again, you'll have to go back to this many times.
Okay.
And make sure that because you had fresh surgery, make sure you do this and then rub. Okay. We want to see you better, sweetheart.
Okay.
Okay. And so, like I said, it will timestamp this, and hopefully you can go back and then you can take notes, and please recover. We need you in this world. Okay. All right. Oh, before you go.
Yeah.
You're going to need to go, and Amy is going to have to send you, or we'll put it in here. You need to go to my website, medicinewomansolution.weebly.com. You need to do the Celtic weave. You got to kick him out of your body.
I know. I need to do that more. I've talked to you.
Okay. All right, good. No, and connecting heaven and earth. And then if you know that he calls, just hook up.
Okay.
Because when this energy of your body starts to go out, I don't care what shit he flies. If this gets to be nice and strong around you, it won't get penetrated and you won't absorb it. You'll start to feel better. So, kind of set up a little regimen for yourself, and you're worth it. And if you feel like your energy is going out, you take it back.
Okay.
And you may, because of you can't break up or you can't get him to stop. You may also want to look at cord switching, and that's on the site too.
Okay.
I'll literally walk you through of trying to pull it out. If you can't do it, you can always make an appointment with me. Okay.
Okay.
All right, my dear. Please take care of yourself, and we will see you again on here.
All right. Well.
All right. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Oh, that was wonderful. But let's just make sure we send out some energy to her. And I put energy up on the grid. She, You're all learning how to grow. You really are. Well, hello, Bernadette. Yes. Oh, see, Megan's beautiful, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
She is beautiful. Hey, Nikki. As we look at the rest of everything, we got 2 pay it forwards. If you've already said yes, please, your name is in the treasure chest. If you are new here, that means you get 6 minutes. If your name is drawn out of the box, so say yes, please. I would like my name to be in the drawing. So then she'll put your name in the drawing, and you can get 6 minutes with me. Okay, free because somebody else has paid for it. That's the act of kindness, the random act of kindness. So now the next person is Kathy. So Miss Kathy. In general, Kathy is fine. Yeah, good, good. And so general is what we want to talk about, so Kathy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start. If there's something very specific that you want to say, you go ahead and do so. Now, some of you at the end of the show, after we're done, you can still, I mean, if you've had your reading, that then you don't need a 1 minute. Okay. So let's save it for the other people. But if you want a 1 minute because you don't want to pay, if the 1 minutes will be done after the show or after the paid readings and the pay it forward readings. Okay. So Kathy, I'm going to set the timer. Oops. Did it do it right? Oh, hold on. It's not cooperating with me. Yeah, that was Kathy. And then there's our 2 free ones. And then we have Betty. All right. Talk to me, Betty. I
Betty
see you said she paid for 2
for herself.
For herself.
She's not feeling the greatest right now.
All right, we'll take care of that. So after Kathy, then Betty will be up, and then after that. So remember to say yes, please, so your name can go into the drawing. Okay, so Kathy, I'm just going to start, dear. Timestamp. There she is. Nothing specific. Okay. We're looking at some safety energy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just look in the mirror and see, and your polarity is off. And I'm asking, is that because you have a safety issue, or is that safety issue come after the polarity? No. So the safety issue came before. And so your polarity is a way to cope, handle, deal, and pacify. So what is your polarity doing? What do you feel unsafe about? To expand my energy. I'm unable to really do it efficiently. I don't know how to. There's a part of you that is beginning to learn. And it says that I haven't figured out how to learn on certain things because they said they had a lot of times that your energy just will contract. So let's say you're talking to somebody and the signature of, give me an example of what happened because she's about expanding. When you become self-conscious, when somebody is displaying muddledness, so they can feel emotionally unstable, mentally or physically unstable, you will feel self-conscious. And there's a set of a little bit of a vulnerability that comes into it. And you can't help but to feel like somebody's watching you, or I don't know how to do this. So as you live in that space, and the clue is part of the serotonin starts to disappear. Yes, that's the clue that just came up at my wall. And so that means what? It's literally when people are self-centered and you have a hard time centering yourself and you don't want to become self-centered like them or somebody else, you actually lower the serotonin in your stomach because 90% of the serotonin is found in your gut. How interesting. Let me go a little bit further. You're like, as soon as I hear somebody talking and making me become the it, or I make myself the it, now I make myself the it because I don't know how to handle it, or somebody makes me the it in a conversation, and it can be that you're not validated, you're dismissed. Who does? Oh no, what? Okay. You're beginning to wake up to certain things of people say and gestures about how they manipulate you. Well, if any of this sounds true, you need to connect with me and say yes. So again, I'm watching you going, oh, and this is very important as you wake up, because you're not crazy. You're not sure how you can pinpoint it, because some people may not even be able to recognize it with you, but you can begin to go, oh, yes, there it is. There it is. Okay. What does this say? You have a habitual, point to it, indifference. So sometimes they say you go right into, I can't be bothered, or an indifference, or that doesn't bother me. They're trying to tell you that this was part of how you coped, but the root is what sits there. They're telling you, Kathy, that you really should go back to like when you were 9 years old. The frequency around you, it's like I hear somebody yelling and correcting. So there was a resonating energy. So if I had said, Kathy, you can feel this energy. Yes, I'm working on my spiritual awakening. Okay, this is what they want you to notice, is that just that energy is a broadcast. It actually changes the frequency around you, which, what does that mean? It means that you lose or abundance. Which one is it? Well, if you have the paper, I can show her. We didn't stick it back in. Well, of course not. What happens is we're made of musical notes. We have C, C sharp, B, B sharp, all of these notes. And when one of these notes become off, when somebody gets angry, when somebody throws that out, I've been very recluse. And it's because of this. So what happens is that one of these notes, like this is a person that doesn't have any mental and emotional notes, but they have physical, okay? This person has no physical really, and have more mental and emotional. So these two fit together like a puzzle piece. Yay? Well, no, this is an abusive husband and wife. And until she learns how to build up the physical, this relationship will always have this cascading, domineering, impending doom relationship. So it is learning how to develop. They're saying the note you miss is the letter C, because when they are self-centered, you literally close down the energy and you shut down. They're saying you need to become aware of when your body looks and feels like it's going into alarm, and when you go into indifference, because C, if you're sabotaging yourself, C, if you're betraying yourself by, when do I close my energy down? When do I change my mind because my energy's closed down? When do I go into, and you'll start seeing the habit. It'll be like I said, how people will respond to you. So it's important you begin to see these little things, take note, because the body is going to keep this pattern up until you resolve it. Okay? And then you can apply healing tools, EFT, connecting heaven and earth, Celtic weave to kick out energies. Take a good long look at all the healing tools at that website, because then you will be more empowered to do so. Yeah, and again, understand that there are energies that disrupt the stomach, because we want you to be happy again, and you can be happy again if you start correcting the stomach. And it's eating healthier is nice, moving energy is nice, but it's the emotion that affects the stomach the most. And they said the main emotion is low self-esteem. Put your hand up here, and you can just do this from the scale from 0 to 10. Low self-esteem in certain situations, and literally the number come down to 0. Make an appointment with me so we can really kick it out, but you can actually learn how to resolve to evolve. The next person is Betty. Now, Miss Betty, do you want it like this, or do you want it online? How do you want to do it? Is that on your website? Yes. Again, on my website, you go to medicinewomansolution.weebly.com, and you will see, healing tools. Then you'll see all of them. You know, if you're stressed, it'll show you how to what is it, to stimulate the vagus nerve. I need to change that. Stress. You can then, oh, good, she's going to hop on Zoom. Excellent. Cord switching. They can have their energy back, throw it in the treasure chest. You can take your energy back. There's all kinds of tools for protection, tools for calming yourself down, tools for helping you to move forward. They are very good because they worked for me, they work for other people, and
They work for me.
And saying people will swear by it. Hell yes, that's the swearing.
For some reason, Brenda, I started spinning when you started talking with Kathy.
Okay, so as we're waiting for Betty, you started to, okay, so let me ask, do you recognize her plight of what I was talking about?
I think so. I wasn't really paying attention, but.
All right. So your body, this awesome body's consciousness, is always listening. And it said, yeah, that we went spinning because you felt the insecurity. You kind of recognize what's going on with her.
Okay. Yeah.
And you have been there, and there's a party that's been waking up, but it's the insecurity that started to, you understood, and you pushed yourself into that state. So to correct yourself for you, L1D, that's what I say. Oh, we get the, hi. Is it okay to have you, there, can you hear me now? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, good. Now, is it okay to have you on big screen?
Yes, that's fine. I'm just muting Facebook so that I don't get feedback.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. And now I'm going to set this for 12.
And set it for 6. If we're done at 6, then I'll just donate it to somebody that needs it.
Okay. All right. Sweetheart.
So last night I was in the tribe meeting, and you told me that I need to let go, which 100% I do. And I just got up feeling so sick this morning. And I don't know if it's that I'm sick, or I don't know if it's just that while I was sleeping, I was detoxing. I'm starting to feel better now. And so I don't know.
Okay. So do me a favor. I'm just going to check something. Okay. So you're going to imagine that there's a letter X up above you.
Okay.
Okay. Now imagine an 11. All right. So first of all, you're frozen there. So look at me now, and I'm just going to check you here. All right. Your brain is not crossing over. So the right is supposed to control the left. The left's supposed to control the right. It's doing homolateral energy. So the first thing we're going to do is to explain the reason why you crossed over, that crossing, you're not crossing this energy over, is because when I started saying you had to let go of something, your body's conscious went back to when you were first made to feel like shit. And that, okay, now you are in your conscious mind going, okay, I really need to let this go. Yes, that's right. La, 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 la. But then it's like the overwhelming of the chemical peptides from that first event of understanding you may feel like shit. So now I'm going to ask, is it the first one? Yes. You had one that happened at 1. Then there was one at 10. And another one that was big was, oh, we're just going to go right to 5. Usually you don't do that. They want me to help you take care of the 5th one. And that is when you started to realize that there's a hierarchy, a superiority complex. Somebody's got to be superior. I feel like in a way, when you took that position, you were forced. It's like, you get over there, Betty. And then somebody had to be superior. And it's like you lost your voice, lost your ability. How you supposed to come back from that? Because of the other pattern is that, well, you went to what you know, and that you just feel like shit. So if I look at to make you feel like shit, no, they did. Was it the same person that did it to you at 5? Yes. And that's when you feel like you couldn't do anything.
Was it my father?
Yes. Yes. I'm glad you know. Okay. And so that alone, we're going to take this now. Hold L1D real quick, left hand. And as long as you got your thumb here, okay? Yeah, I think you got it. Yep, the thumb's right down here. There you go. So push it in. Now breathe, honey. You're holding your breath. Okay, so she's going to do this. Just breathe. Now feel on the scale from 0 to 10 how bad it is, 10 being the worst.
It has come down from when I got up. It's probably at about a 4 or 5 now. So
Okay,
it's
but
come down a lot. It was a
now,
nine or so when I got up.
you're not going to like me, but you're going to love me. You need to amp it and ramp it. Which means, what do you have to let go of? Knowing that you have to let go of it. Oh, you just had a memory. Did it go up?
Is it my daughter?
Did it go up? Did the feeling go up? Yes.
I have to let go of my daughter.
You have to let go of the feeling of what's happening. So it's not a person per se as much as it's the personality. See, it just changed your thinking, but it's what she does. It is what is happening. It's the relationship. Can you feel that? Okay. Yes, you have to be okay to lose your family and friends, but that's only after you've healed your shit and they don't want to be in sync with you. And that's their choice. That energy, what we're doing is we're trying to take and unhook what looks like an energy cord that reminds you of a vacuum. They're sucking.
Like I said before, I feel like I need permission to take care of myself before others.
Exactly. And that oxygen mask is standing right before you. You're like, can I put it on? And nobody's there to say yes. And the thing is I want you to grab the strength. Now, were you able to get out of bed this morning?
Yeah. I've showered.
Yeah.
I've straightened my hair.
Look at the strength. Look at that strength. Were you able to, you did it with grace and ease to some degree, yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you can take and understand how easy that was, you can start to apply it to taking care of yourself. The permission. We're going to do, there you go. Your energy is just shifted. I want you to know how muddled you get when they start acting a certain way. Give yourself permission to look at it, because we're going to take and stand in the cause and we're going to get the wisdom from it, and then we're going to let it go. So what I want you to do is I want you to look and choose one eye only to look through. Okay, you don't have to look at me, but you can look at, just choose one eye. Which eye are you looking through?
Right.
On a scale from 0 to 10, and you can choose whoever you to look at, the same story, what number is it?
Maybe not even 1. I don't know.
Good. Remove, transcend, let it go, let it go. Now look through the left eye and look at that feeling, that issue that you had. You find it? All right. Yeah. What I need you to do is look straight up now. Look at the issue. Do you have any number or color there? See, and the thing is she's looking through her eyes, but and they're saying that now look to the lower left. Now, your body says if you were to look inside, how do you know they affect you?
I get tense.
Good. Now, I want you to take your eyes and go inside your body. Look for that tenseness.
It's not there.
Huh?
It's not there.
Interesting. So you're telling me that you don't have it at all now?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I'm going to check your body. Did she release it out? No. She went into being fearful. So now I'm going to ask the question, why? Because the panic is serving you. You have chose the panic as a safety blanket to know when they start their bullshit. self-preservation is to pull you out of their space. But you couldn't quite do that. You had no choice but to be in their presence. But the little girl inside is saying, I need to warn myself. So because as you're healing, it disappeared, it didn't mean it healed it. It just means don't take away my, now, because we won't take it away, we're going to look for the back door. Because eventually you're going to let this go. So let's find out a little bit more. What can she do in order to make sure this stuff disappears? The panic is that what they want you to do is you have to first recognize this panic when it happens.
I think I do.
Okay. Now, as you're looking, did you notice how you just looked? So you look down to the lower, what is this? Right, left.
That's my left.
Okay. In your lower left is where I had you look, and it was actually the self-talk. You said, yes, I do. And it is. I can see the panic there. But when you get disassociated with it, my breathing's changed.
Sorry.
No. That's what it's meant to happen, and so I can see this. Because there's a part of you that says, but what if I leave you and it starts up again? And that's what we want to understand, is that we want you to be able to say, okay, take your hand, or well, you can't do that. I'll take my hand. I'm going to say I, and then say whatever name you want to use. Now, do they give you a nickname, or do they call you Betty, or how?
Betty.
What name? Okay.
Or mom. Or grandma.
Okay. Which one gets you the most, mom or grandma?
Probably. I think right now the most tension is because my grandkids are half white and half black.
Okay.
And what's going on in the world has me scared to death.
Okay. But they're not aware of it, or are they? Okay, we got to get that out of you so that they don't have to feel it. Okay. There's that other panic. Okay, yeah, beautiful children. They're human beings, and now we want to help you further. What I want you to do is this. Ooh, your auto response is that you have to go into Grandma Bear. You have to become something but you've done it so much, you just don't know what to do. So I'm watching you jump all over the place. And I'm asking, can you heal this? They said yes. I said, can you just give me something? Oh, they are pointing now. Oh, my whole body's just like shaking. I don't want to be defensive. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to provoke anybody. Can you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Because they've had that superiority, inferiority issue you've had so long. Now you see it in the unrest in the world of that paradigm that nobody's treated equal. Okay.
And it's not fair.
That's correct. And notice that feeling of how it's not fair. Now grab your heart. Okay. This spot right there. Make sure you got it right on that spot. Now go like this. Think of that unfair. Feel the panic of the unfair. Can you feel that? That's the correct one. I want you to breathe in and out. On a scale from 0 to 10, yeah, look at all those pictures, man. They're just flying now. Just ignore that. You saw something on TV. Did that scare you the most?
I just see all the people getting hurt and people saying that only Black Lives Matter. And it's like, which half of my grandchildren matter?
There you go, honey. There you go. Okay, just breathe. There you go, sweetheart. Feel that. Give yourself permission right now. I want you to just take your permission from your father and say, you know what? Shut up. I'm taking permission right now. That part of you that knows it can, that grandma bear, the mother bear, you have the permission right now. It's something that you couldn't face because the injustice is what you faced when you were little, and now you're facing it again as you're looking at your beautiful grandchildren. When you look out at the riots, you see both colors, yes? Okay, so just understand that even though Black Lives Matter, and it is a major difference, it's finally got to come to the head. But we are standing in solidarity to some degree. There are some people that are taking it too far.
We need love, not hate.
That is correct. And sometimes people need bitch slaps to move forward. Okay. So your job is to heal out your fear and your pain, because that's just going to be a magnet. Your job to help other humans, no matter what color of the skin. I mean, because if you take an x-ray, we're all got the same bone structure. Okay. And just understand, when you hear the news and you hear all of this, that's what I want you to focus. Just start pulling it out. And can you hear all that self-talk? What about, I can hear it. Just breathe
But it's
it
going
through.
away.
Good, good. Notice that you're more of a kinesthetic, so you physically feel when you're watching the news. It's not about really that you're hearing or seeing. You physically feel the news. And when you were first had the injustice when you're little and all of this, it's because you felt that hierarchy and that superiority, and that, take your place. And you have to remember, you're a woman, so you have also the encoding of you have to be submissive. And because of that old blue paradigm, it was that you have to be a martyr, and we're growing out of this, okay? So you're really looking at a lot of your past life and your epigenetics of what you could or could not do. I'm sure if we pulled in religion and whatever background you have, that probably comes in on it as well. But how you can connect with it is that, how strong do you know how that injustice is? How that feeling is. I want you to take that pain and give yourself permission to look at it and stare it down. Remember, because you're kinesthetic, you feel it, and then it will just start to dissipate because you're using the tool to go with it. Ooh, there's a shift.
It just released.
Yeah, I felt that. Good. Did you feel it all the way?
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting is I just had a quick sweat. It was just like, ooh, I could feel the physiology change in me too. Okay. Because you are a kinesthetic, you also have to understand, is she an empath too?
Yes.
Are you sensitive? Okay, you're not as sensitive as much as you're an empath and a kinesthetic. Okay, so that means, my love, you're going to have to learn how to do those Celtic weaves, that hookup, and that connecting
Which you
heaven and earth.
showed me that last night.
Yep, and you're going to go to the website and get the other two, connecting heaven and earth and the Celtic weave. I don't care where you're located, whether you're in town or you're in the country, because you have those two, particular kinesthetic and the empath, you will not understand time and distance. If you were in Australia, because you have American roots, is that where you're at? It's America?
Yeah. I'm in
Okay.
Utah.
You would feel it. Like I can feel my American roots. And I'm in Australia. You have to start to heal the inside of you. And that is, once you start to balance and you start to notice that you're absorbing, I want you to do one extra thing to save you. And that is to do the L1D. This has to do with the heart. Because you feel the news, you feel what's going on. And all of a sudden, your mind
I
goes
stopped
there.
turning it on. And
Good. You don't need it on.
well, and I get messages on Facebook. Everybody's locked down, and it's like, I don't want to hear it.
Exactly. that's why, like for me, I go through, and when I open my Facebook feed, I don't get what you guys get, and that's because I'm choosing to hook up with people that are about moving forward, holding the light. I get my memes for the day, and then I shut it off. If I have to go back on Facebook, I deliberately look for stuff that I can put up that's good. Okay. So you have to just train yourself to do this. Again, once you start to do this, you're like, oh my God, I can feel it. I want you to do this, because what's going to happen is you're going to be able to start to breathe and let it go. Like you just did. You gave yourself that strength that, hey, I just did it, knowing that you can do it again. Okay. If you do the Celtic weave and all the rest of those, you're going to start noticing where your boundary is and where other people begin. You are going to make a difference because you're going to be help holding the light. You're going to look at those children and you're going to start seeing and saying, thank you, Spirit, for taking care of the children. If there's any impending doom, notice. You want to take care of that there? Where? They're going to give you one more.
Okay.
That is, they want you to deal with the people that are superior than you. Okay. You're going to hold up the left wrist again, but you're going to find that third position. My finger's broke, so it doesn't set right, but it's down here. Okay. So turn your hand towards you so you can see you. Line up your 3 fingers. Okay. Like that. And notice that it's right there. Okay. And that's where your thumb is going. That's where your pointer finger's going. And then the rest of those 3 are going behind. Okay, so put your thumb.
Oh, behind. Okay.
Yeah, put your thumb.
But your pointer finger is in your palm, hon.
What?
What?
Your pointer finger is in your palm.
Okay.
And your thumb is in that third position.
Okay. So like this?
Yep.
Yeah. Now turn it around. Yeah. Yep. I can see it with long nails. I can actually see it. Thank God. Okay. Now you have to push. You have to hold this one soft.
Okay.
When you're working on inferior issues or superior issues and impending doom. Is that lined up with that one? You just, okay. Okay. But she has a lot of fear. Don't worry about it. Okay. So we'll have to have a session, or you will have to come again and do this but these 2 are the ones that are important. When you do the heart one, it's pushing in. And when you do the, this L3S is soft. Okay.
Okay.
And again, you're going to be doing that. That's what you're going to be working on. You're going to look back at this and you're going to say, oh, I get it. L3S is this, and it's working on my inferiority issue, how I paralyze my will, how I feel inefficient and timid. Okay. But you're going to do it. You're going to be able to shift. You've already proved to yourself that. All right. All right. You feel more confident? Yeah. Now, what I want you to do is look up and see an X. Now, see an 11. Very good. You can look at me now. You have uncrossed, and it was because of those. So what you really had to let go of was these specific things. That would make sense. All right, do the hook up before I let you go. And just remember the time stamp, Amy. Send it to her.
Yep.
All right.
Enter the website via Messenger.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, sweetheart. You go take care of yourself, and I'll see you from time to time because you're in the tribal group, and that's good. And I'm proud of you for that. And we're going to talk to you later. Okay. Bye.
Okay,
take care of those babes. Take care of those babies.
Always.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So remember, we have 2 pay it forwards. Yes, please. Your name get in the box so you can have a 6-minute reading free. You can do it like this, or you can do it just like this. You don't have to be on the show. Or you can do it, and let's say, here, Amy. Amy? Is she muted herself?
No, I didn't mute.
Okay. See, so she can do it like this, or I can kick baby in the corner, and that could be you. And then she can say, twinkle, twinkle, little star, so you can hear.
Hi.
Oh, gosh. She said,
twinkle, little star.
Okay, see? So that means you don't have to be seen. This is your 6 minutes. We have 2 pay it forwards. Wonderful people have said this is what we're doing, and I agree with them. That's what we're doing. Okay, so You can move forward. So I'm not sure what I've missed. Bobby says, oh, my, I know how you're feeling. My grandson is so biracial. I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. I just, it doesn't have to be one way anymore. It can be, we're human. That's why I teaching people how to become a spiritual human.
Belinda said one race, the human race. Very true. Very true.
That's what we're aiming for. We're all consciousness. We all have bones. And it's only the division that was there. We now have parameters. We have stuff that showed us what love isn't. And now we're coming back to togetherness, and we're coming back to that part where, you take the wisdom and move forward. Okay, so how are we doing?
I have 3 names in my bucket.
Okay. And there's I don't know if Kim's still here. So we have 16 people here. 16 people. 16 people. And no one else wants their name in the bucket? You don't have to see colors. I see their soul. Oh, very good. She says, I don't see colors. I see their souls, and they're beautiful. I agree. And the funny part is when I got over here.
Of her grandbabies, and oh my God, they are gorgeous.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to look.
And I have a that's biracial, and yeah, it's scary times.
Yeah. If we heal our fear, we can help hold the light of love on the planet. They have said, and they have proven, I can't remember where I've read it, several different places have said that when you hold love in a state of chaos, and you hold love and you put love into it, you'll start counteracting all of their negativity. I can't remember how many fold, but it's quite a bit. It just doesn't just cancel that. It starts to set light in place to correct it. So your job is to just say, thank you, Spirit. And then when you feel the fear, heal it out, send some love out, and expand the heart. I mean, if everybody would just take and put their hand on their heart, and you just realize that you can bring your consciousness into your heart, and you breathe in for the count of 5, and then you let out at the count of 5. Oh, we have another yes, please.
I got that.
So again, if you start to do this through, breathing in and out, what's going to happen is that you're going to synchronize the heart brain. The heart brain will start helping you get out of the high monkey brain, the high beta brain, the high fear brain, and coming into your heart. And then if you can remember, just, write stuff down. And how, like in Harry Potter, the Patronus, think of one good thing. Like when I had my babies, I loved being pregnant. Okay, these are the thoughts. And then I remember when I loved breastfeeding them. But when they were born, it was just like, really? That joy was, oh my God. And then the newer times is that I come over here, and the moment I met Alan, and there he is, as I'm standing at the airport, and there he is. And I don't even really know him well. I just know that he's supposed to be in my life. Oh, there was this joy that just washed over me. And then for him to love me by showing me that love is like, in our love aspect, it is adoration and adoring. I said, is that even possible? And it was, because it's not fake. It's not lust. It's none of that. It was just pure, honest connection. And it hasn't left. And it's like, how beautiful. So I call upon those, no matter what's going on, use a tool, get your power back, reset yourself, and send out the energy. You should be the light. You know how when you go into a dark space, just imagine this is what it's like out there. Oh my God. And the moment you start to turn on your light, what happens to the dark?
Disappears.
It does this integration that you start to take the contrast and you start to balance it, and you start to see that the good and bad starts to create a unity. Be the light switch. Send out your frequencies. You've got this. Oh, see, Betty has a good memory. Yes. Yes. See, she knows what I'm talking about. Aspectus Patronus. Yes. Good. Not very good at saying it, but yes. So we do this to get out of fear. Yes, you have to recognize when you're there. Use a tool, measure it, and watch how you go down to zero. And you just stay there until it really is zero, until you're like, no, I really don't feel it. And if you see it creep back up again, it's not that it's creeping back up again. It's going to show you another layer because you've had lots of experience in your life. And then you go back and you heal that one out. And what's happening is you're retraining your habitual field, the morphogenic field, so that it doesn't have to go there every time. You are rechanging how you can show up for yourself. Oh, that's a very good question. She says, I paid for my readings, but can I put my name in for the free one? Let me ask Spirit. Maybe next time? I don't know. Let's talk about that logically. Could she? What's everybody's consensus? Let's talk about that. I've never had that before. Never thought of it before. Can she have a reading even though she's paid for it? Because what if she was just like everybody else, regardless? I think a yes. What do you think? What's your opinions, people? Okay. I think yes, because let's say she didn't pay for it. It doesn't matter. Let's look at this. And so, yeah, put her name in. We have some consensus going on, and we'll do that. So everybody's, oops, that cards don't go there. Let's do some 1 minutes real quick just to make sure, and then we'll do it.
Okie doke. Miss Patty, and she wants to know if the special person we spoke about in the last show will be at her 45th school reunion in October.
Okay, so the energy I'm getting is that there's some type of complications that's going on in their life. And even if they want to go, I feel like maybe they'd be pulled away from it. But that's just one variable. When I'm looking to see, will this person be there? See, I feel you're supposed to be there because you're supposed to get a piece of information, regardless if that person's there or not. I know you're supposed to go. When I'm looking, will that person be able to go? And they said, crazy enough, because you're focusing on going, because whether should I go because he's going, do you let that go? So that he'll be there. So that tells me that there's a part of him that has to show up a certain way, which means that you feel helpless. So you're doing it towards and away from. There is an energy field that would make, it's not that you're controlling him. I know other people are like, what do you mean? He was on the fence. And her energy is that, I want him there. That would be great. And he may want to be there, but then the universe may say no because there's other plans going on. But if she releases that and just knows that she has to go, regardless if he shows up or not, she won't get her heart broken. And he may have to show up the last minute because I don't see him coming in the first part. I see him coming in the second part. So there's other stuff Spirit says is going on and unfolding. If I said, well, can we really change any of this, any part of the energy that would push him away? And they said, yes. You can remove this indifference of not feeling deep enough. And then once you do, you can be able to heal deeper because you'll be able to release. Okay. All right. Who's next? Real quick.
Crystal Allen. Hi, Brenda. This is Crystal. Can you tell me any messages from my ex, CHITO, who has passed? He's passed.
Okay. I'm not sure why, but this looks like a gag order over his face. I literally looks like he's got duct tape over his face, and I don't understand that. So I says, well, can you communicate with the cards? And it was yes. So we're going to go that way. He looks like he's all tied up. He can't speak. That's his way of saying, no, I can't right now. So don't read into anything else into it. It's a sacred mountain. And thunder drum. And you would pick a deck that's hard to read. Okay, the first part of what he's trying to say. Be still and take the time to move into a silent place within yourself. Locate your internal source of power and meditate. And then wait. Okay, and when I said, okay, what if she does? So she does that, then what? And then they said, or he says, what is this, a mouse? There's like a white mouse on the other side that just came running up. So looking at certain details, learning how to understand certain details, stand up and be counted, be asserted. Don't be shy about shining your gifts and letting the world know about your value. Declare your authority. So they're saying that when you are meditating, understand that you need to declare your authority. You need to stand up within yourself and go beyond your fear. Meditation will help you get into that space to go beyond your fear and look at those details is what I'm hearing. And then you'll be able to connect better beyond the damage of the head and the damage of what happened to you, of your experiences. And then you can actually move forward. All right, give me next.
Angela Allen.
Hey, hon, Angela Allen. Overwhelm. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I heard overwhelm, and then I seen some mountains. And they're saying that there's a habit that you can't get over certain things. When you try to connect with source, there's these, again, I'm looking at mountains. And if I said, well, what's going on? And they said that it's the overwhelm are mountains. And you have been, you've been feeling the lack of confidence, then make something mountains out of molehills. And you don't know your words are doing it. So they're saying that you need to begin to just like take a 2-minute timer, sit back and breathe and see what the quality and the quantity of those 2 minutes are and what's the topic. And then notice if what it's about, heal it out, and then notice if you are saying things that out of overwhelm, or if you're saying things to go over into that space of going, you know, because you may start noticing, go, oh, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. You may catch yourself saying this and start noticing maybe where you might be doing it, because the overwhelm is there. I need you to heal the overwhelm out. The first thing you're going to do is this, okay? And become aware. Once you do, you can start changing your habits. Oh, we're glad to have you, Bernadette. She says, what a beautiful life.
I'm going to put her in the drawing.
Bernadette?
Yes.
But she's leaving.
No, she can't.
Oh.
She can't come live on Zoom, is what she said.
See, I can't even talk again, nor can I read. Okay, good. Yes, put your name in the drawing. You can do it just like this.
Yeah, lots of people do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Miss Vicky.
Thank you, Anya. What's that?
Miss Vicky, she is wondering about this job offer in Arizona.
So you haven't gotten to your destination. Okay. They said that your time energy is confused. So if I'm going to go further, should she take this job? And it sounds good. Why not? But I think there's a part of you that even if you did, do you have a place to stay? They're telling me that there's a part of you that says you could develop and do what you need to do and then get to your destination, unless you're forced to have to go to your destination. You're on an adventure of discovery. And if this job sucks within a week, you were supposed to get something out of it. Yes? Is she supposed to get something out of it? Yes. And if you didn't fail, you have to remember you're grabbing wisdom right now. You're grabbing the wisdom. The whole point to develop that next part of yourself is to grab the wisdom. So the move we know is exactly correct. Creating job offers, testing the waters, seeing where you need to go, because somehow you need some piece of information. It could be somebody there that could be your next clue to your next part. But that's up to you, because I also feel like in your heart, you're like, if I placed my hand in my heart and I asked, I would say no. Well, then follow your heart. They're saying there's a part of you that has to build that intuition, but not out of ego. Understand, even if you took the job and it sucked, you didn't fail. There are pieces of information you're supposed to gather and wisdom you're supposed to take with you on this journey of discovering and actually creating that step, because I can see you bringing in the money. I can see you bringing in it and doing certain things, but you have to gather. That's where you're at. All right, who's next?
Betty Decker.
Miss Betty Decker. All righty. Take self-emotional vibration. Take stock in the emotions. Okay. What happened? What did you feel when somebody came and visited? And they're saying that you're going to notice the difference between your self-growth by using another. Now, normally I won't say compare yourself to another person, but there's a part of you that's going to notice that you've grown. And they're saying their part of you is going to start noticing the level of consciousness talking. There are people you may not be able to talk to, talk with, talk about the stuff, but it's part of the growth, so you can see and respect, oh, wow, that's where people are. You're gathering these pieces of wisdom now so that you really can stand firm in who you are. Who's next?
Anya, she says, I'm single and dating. Do you see anything long-term coming?
Okay. Now, during that single time, because of this paradigm, we need to do more growing on the inside. But because you asked that question, all right, here's the question. You heard it. She asked if there was anybody else out there. Is that what she asked?
She asked, do you see anything long-term coming?
They're saying that the part of you needs to learn that forgiveness and learning. It's about that attraction of the romantic feelings. And as I'm seeing this, they're saying that there's a part of you that has to learn to give certain relationships a chance, because there's something baggage that you didn't want to let go of. So some long terms, there is a long term coming, but it might be a while. The thing that they're saying, that because you have a filter from old past lives, or not just past lives, but in this life from your exes, there's a baggage you're carrying, and you can't stop seeing through that filter, and that energy of the inner world creates your outer world keeps repeating and repeating a story. And I said, well, which one do you need to release? And they said that you need to release the overwhelm. As you begin to heal and release the overwhelm, you're going to take yourself, let's say it's gone. That frequency is gone, then your magnetic attraction is going to be able to attract better. So your inner world's going to contract better on your outer world. And if you were to remove the overwhelm, then yes, there's a long term, there's something to do with lining up the guys. They said Notice as we help you line up to date, you're going to see patterns. And you're like, well, wait a minute, that's not me. I don't have to sell myself. They said the biggest trick, I know, just take, okay. The biggest trick is if somebody flatters you, do you need to get lost into it? Or can you say, are they being real or authentic? The more you begin to know you, the more you're going to be able to connect with the one that's supposed to stay for long term. Okay, next.
Miss TP.
Miss TP. Okay, so your little self is pouting and it's like, but I don't want to expand. I don't know how to expand. Don't make me expand. And it's going over and over and over. And I'm asking Spirit, how can we help you the most? And they said, notice that you don't like rejection, but notice how you are rejecting things first in order to survive. And that wounded is part of yourself. It's like somebody's picking at your scab and it hurts. And I'm asking, how would you want her to heal this? Well, there's several. One, R1D, because it's like I feel like I got to constantly overcompensate. I got to constantly overcompensate when they act this way. And then they said, hold L2S. When you feel like I have to reject what they're doing on my reality. This is not it. I want my mom back. All of this. That's L2S. Okay. And start with those two. Anything else?
Amanda Gibbs.
Amanda. Wow. I am so depleted. My reaction is to be depleted based on the energy that is in my habit field of lofty effing people. They said that you can actually see it in the way their gestures is lofty, more superior, more, so look up that word. It's like, but your body says, well, I learned at 3 years old just to be depleted. I mean, I just lost my energy. Is this a go-to? Is this a healing? No, it's a reaction. Okay. And when you get around other people that feel depleted, it really wipes you out. And they're saying if you're making relationships with people that are depleted, you're going to feel like you're in sludge and you're not going to be able to get out of it. So heal the depletedness. You can EFT, you can, oh my God, hope, you can, lots of healing tools. They're taking away my voice. Did you notice that? I can't even lie. That's what we're doing. Okay. Who else?
Julie.
Julie. Okay, so some people new in the room understand. We have how many? 2?
We have 2 pay it forward readings that if you would like, please say yes, please. If you have already said yes, please, you are in the drawing.
Right. So Lori just walked in the room. She could say yes, please, for a chance to win a 6-minute. All right. Who'd you say was next?
Julie Knoll.
Miss Julie.
General.
I don't know why, but Julie Andrews, just the sound of music just has run across my mind. And very suspicious. You are? Okay, they said yes. I feel like you're suspicious of people that do silent brooding. It's like they lie. And there's a part of you that knows this about them because they're saying they want you, Spirit wants you to look to see, have you ever done silent brooding? Complained underneath your breath, inside, holding it in. Because, oh, look at all the yes pleases. And notice that it has to do with forlorn. Forlorn is sad and pitiful. And notice the depth of that emotion because they said it just sits there. Oh my God, there I go again. I'm just like, really weird. My energy is depleted, but I'm contracting my energy. Is it because I contract my energy and I'm depleted, or is it because I feel depleted and I contract my energy, or is somebody doing something and I'm depleting my energy by contracting? I'm depleting my energy. But how are you contracting? Because I don't want to be there anymore. There's two separate things. So you have that particular emotion and all these other things. So heal it out. When in doubt, heal it out. That should be another phrase tag. What the fuck? Hashtag. When in doubt, heal it out.
Brenda, when I get tongue-tied, I say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and my tongue is untied.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilistic. Can't. Licking. I'm a licking. That's a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. Let's just see if my connection can stay. All right, you're talking about bad Wi-Fi. All right, who's next?
That's it for 1 minute.
All right, now shake up that box, do a little dance. Let's pull that first name. Oh, wait.
Actually, why not?
Huh? Oh, here. Sorry. Yeah, I can put you live. Looky. We have a box. Shaky wakey. Now, remember, she folds them up and all this and that. Really cool so that everybody has equal opportunity. Now they're like, but she's looking at the box. She's looking at the box. Get your eyes out of the box. Get your eyes out of the box.
I'm making sure they're all separate.
Okay, you heard that. Okay, so now take your hand up. Take your hand up. Take your hand out and shakey wakey. Make it fair. Make it fair. Make it fair. Make it fair. Spirit is picking the hell out of her.
Back up.
All right, eyeballs in the air.
Eyeballs looking. I'm looking straight at you. You're frozen on Facebook. Leslie is the first one.
We have a Leslie. Awesome. Here's the next one.
And
I know I was going to say that, Julie. I didn't say it. I heard it. She said, shaky wakey, hand off snaky. He. I did say it. Oh, shit. I didn't say it first. All right. Who's the second one?
Amanda Gibbs.
Amanda Gibbs. Okay. That was just two, right?
That's just two.
All right. So what's your hand in there for? We got another one?
No, I'm going to throw them away.
Oh, all right. So Miss Horn, we will make sure. Lori, I'm going to give you that 1 minute. Okay. You, my dear. Oh, who the hell? Oh my God, there's all this hatred around you. Are you picking it up? Are you doing it to yourself? No. What is this? Yuck, I don't like it. Broadcast message. Oh, it's kind of like you stepped into, do you remember Pigpen from Charlie Brown? And it had that dust or a green cloud when someone farts and there's this dust. You walk through, it's kind of collected it and you kind of walking with it. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's like, it's okay, we have to see why it's there, and it is habitual fear. So you have a tendency to be the magnet for people's habitual fear. Oh, no. No, you're not the fear processor. That's their shit. Oh my God, they're just saying start to do Celtic weave. So, elbows together, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Stick your freaking arms together and go out, okay? Elbows in, great big figure eights out, and tension, top of the head, throat, solar plexus, hips, knees, ankles, bottom of the feet. Elbows in and push that energy off. Get that little green spark cloud around, that fear cloud. Get it gone. Then hands together and do connecting heaven and earth. You're pushing. Do it again. Come together and push again. The website has all of them there. And then you need to hook up, my dear. Smile. Shields up. Okay. Literally, you need to produce some white light around you. Produce some white light around you. Okay, so the first person that you said.
Leslie.
Leslie.
She's new to us.
Excellent, Leslie. All right, so you asked whether that, and the second one was Amanda.
Amanda, do you want to come live?
Do you remember Angela Allen's timestamp, sweetie?
It is.
She's letting the dogs out.
2:17, love.
2:17. Oh, there she is. How do you do the Zoom thing? I'm sure how to. Okay. If you have the app, you can download it, or she can send you a link. You click on it, and it takes you in. And then, if you didn't have the link and you had the Zoom app, you would type this in. 205-207-650. That's 205-207-650. Thank you for calling.
Oh my God.
I was a kid. I had a rotary phone, and you would listen to the time. Today's time is la 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 la. And thank you for calling.
I still have my grandma's phone number memorized. I made a little video so I could call her.
My old phone number was 834-6174. 834-6174.
859-2289.
Huh?
859-2289 was my grandma's number.
We don't have it anymore, but that's just, hey, look who's here. Who's first? I'm taking Amanda first. I don't, yay, hello. We get this up. We'll get the volume right. Is that sunshine on your face? Ooh, that's right. It's nighttime here. Ooh, hold on. We're going to get that volume. Come on. Ask to unmute. I'm going to ask you to unmute it. I click the little, there we go. Yay.
Hello. Yes,
Hello.
morning sun.
Yes, I can feel it now.
Oh, my favorite thing. It's like I look forward to doing my morning routine every morning. Come sit in the sun.
Oh, I totally understand that. That's why I love South Australia, because we've been actually having a rainy winter, and I'm so thankful because my plants and my trees love it. But yes, that yellow of the sun is just, yes, get your morning glow on. How can I help you, dear?
Well, oh, sorry. Dog saw a squirrel.
Mine.
Yeah.
Squirrel. Sorry.
I just lost it. I know that there was, I know I've been really triggered lately. I feel like I'm trying to use my voice and I'm, trolls online. I feel so that kind of triggered me yesterday by being attacked, but I've kind of finally was able to let it go, I think, but I know it was from childhood.
So let me just dig in that one. Okay. Why would we attract a troll? She's right. It would be from our childhood. You've learned to cope, handle, and deal and pacify, but let's resolve to evolve. Now, let me ask you, is this your first time you've had a troll in a while, or how many do you get, and what was the subject about?
Most of the time, I don't make comments because I know that they exist. And I was just I was seeing a lot of hateful comments, and I was just we need to stop passing judgment upon each other, how we speak and treat each other. And they're like, you're part of the problem. And just, I'm like,
okay.
Oh my God.
You understand. Don't take it personal.
Yeah.
Because that not only are they troll, but they are meant to keep the frequency alive. And when you see, I don't even make comments because that is a fight. If you focus on it, it'll stay in existence.
Yeah.
If you take your energy off it and you heal the pain about it, it's not going to get fed anymore. Because people say, well, why don't you watch TV? Why don't you do this and that? I don't need to give them the power to keep it alive. I just interject love on the planet. If I see injustice, I heal injustice that I have inside myself so that I don't have to keep it alive. So did she take it personal? No, part of you is shocked. So we're going to look at that first panel that you're like.
It was. I was like, what? I wasn't trying to be
No, you weren't trying to be Mother Teresa. You were just putting your 2 cents in. But the whole point was, because this paradigm is leaving, it is to take the superior energy and shock people, put them back down, It's like, no, that's why it's important to heal your house. So let's take that shock, because you're like freeze frame, because now we're going to go back to when you're 3 years old and you were shocked. I literally can feel, because now my whole digestive system is all messed up. Whew. Okay, so they're telling me you have actually symptoms. Now, there is a habitual, muddled it. You were an it for a long time, weren't you? When you played tag and they said you're it, you couldn't tag another person you wanted to.
Yeah.
All right, so the it factor in this is that in an I-we relationships, an I-you, it is meant that it's a balanced, respected space. But if me and you were at a show and you're supposed to be my friend, I'm ignoring you. And so people are looking at me and I was like, oh, just yeah, Amanda, you know, people will be dismissive. People will just like, oh God, Amanda, really? Just ignore her. You know, so you know what it feels
like my whole childhood. It was like I couldn't fit in. I couldn't even when I had friends. It was like, I don't know. It was
all right. So let's take care of that it. Okay. The it for you is this. The reward and punishment factor when you were growing up. So you know what I mean by reward and punishment?
Yes.
You were taught to look for praise. And then you did good. You did good, girl, Amanda. The problem with that is that they didn't dish out a lot of good. Is that true?
Yes. I was always searching for love and brownie points and just.
There you go. Now, was your brownie points and things you were looking at, was it dished to somebody that you could see it go to? Or was it just not handed out?
I don't think it was handed out. Me and both my brothers were like used different ways to try to get that.
I mean, sorry that happened, but I'm glad you noticed. Were you in school? Did they hand out and they overlooked you?
Probably. I felt like I took everything like really personal. Like I was very sensitive.
You just told yourself one of your abilities. There's a difference between being a kinesthetic, a sensitive, and an empath. You're a sensitive, my love. And it has nothing to do with, oh, I'm so sensitive. That's not it. Okay. If you were to put your hand over hot and you put your hand over cold, you're going to like, yeah, I can tell the difference way over here. You don't have to be close. You can feel the sensitive of how people are putting up a butt face attitude, a fake thing here, real there. But when you get lost in that sea, you're also getting lost in when people have thoughts in their head. Bear with me, because there was a part that I've always seen people with sensitive, they actually can read people's minds. There's a problem with that. I'm just ignore that. This is too juicy. Shut up. When you're sensitive and you're using that RTJP, that right temporal junction parietal lobe, that thinks what other people think, and we are sensitively taking it wrong, we will go into a defense mechanism. Then we will take that and apply it to everything. If you're in left brain versus a right brain thinker, you're going to have an extra heart. So let me ask, is she a left brainer?
Yes.
No. Yes, no? You are. You're half and half. I'm thinking, yeah. So I'm just going to ask, which ones are dominant? Her left.
Yeah.
She's stressed. Her left. Okay, so that means you're going to get into anal thinking.
I know.
A whole lot of thinking when you have anal thinking. Okay, so now you're a sensitive, you're a left brainer. Okay. You just have to understand that pain is going to really be harder, because it'll be, hold on now. Is she visual? She's auditory, kinesthetic, more of a digital. So you're more of not only a thinker, you can sense things versus I hear things. So you have a different way of looking at life, and you will have a different way of talking about life. We want her to heal the hurt? No, we just want to heal. Everything's like a shock to you when It's not, you're not heard. I mean, that's all I keep seeing. So that's the habitual it. My God, we need a whole session for this.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just like, you're showing me another one. Can you just tell me how that okay, first you have to become aware of when you're in it and how you go, okay, because you are, it's your go-to reaction to some degree. You don't realize you do it. You may not even have a facial thing, but your body's going to go, I'll be damned, or whatever word you use. So you have to know that, and you have to catch yourself. Do I need to do that? I mean, it's a fun reaction. Is it? Then you have to say, with that anal stinking thinking, is it true?
Yeah.
Or is it the movie mind? The movie mind and left brain, only when you get into that stress in left brain, it's only the past and the future. It's never the present. When you're using the movie mind, it is past experiences with great imagination. There's the problem with that.
Yeah.
Because if you say, oh my God, we're going to have World War III, and you will start to imagine it, you will actually convince yourself, which means it's the movie mind. But is it true that it's happening? No. Will it? It could, but is it true? Doesn't have to be. But your mind has already said it's happened. You understand?
Yeah.
Squirrel. I'm sorry.
I know. Sorry.
You
Our morning routine.
Yeah, you have a funny spirit here. So understand, you have to become aware when you do it, and then you have to ask yourself, when it comes to taking offense, but it's not about really taking offense as much as you're putting a defense up.
Yeah.
And that's your twang. When you feel your twang, you literally need to do like either the oh my God and put it on scale from 0 to 10, or take emotional freedom technique. Do you know what I mean by emotional freedom technique?
Oh yeah. Good. Yeah, I've been doing it since 2006.
Good. Write it down.
Okay.
And notice, even if you can't define that twang, just, ooh, that's a big fat 10. I can feel it. Because for you, it's not, this is what gets confusing, because you're sensitive. And then you may not know where you end and they begin.
Yes.
But when you're sensitive, when they wrote it out, did you hear those letters scream at you?
Okay.
When they typed it all out, when they came in, you basically almost felt it yell at you before you read it. Is that true?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That's because you're sensitive.
Okay.
And they were directing it at you, but they were directing it everywhere because they are all caught up like sheep.
Yeah.
Meaning it's a mob mentality.
Yeah. And I kept telling myself, like what you say, you can't like have a conversation when, you know, two people are at like on different wavelengths. Yep. And so I'm like, don't take it personal. They're on a different, you know.
Yep. But notice why you responded, because you wanted to give that your piece of voice, because every voice is important, but you wanted to help.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the best thing for you to do is to, if you see the injustice, feel it, tap it out.
Okay.
Because then you're going to take your energy filled off of that, and then the universe is going to help pull that out of the collective. Okay. And then interject love there. Just say infinite love and gratitude. I can't do it very well. This hand's broke. But infinite love and gratitude. Oh, God, I can see the guy's name. But anyways, he has a whole book on it. And if you start chanting infinite love and gratitude, sending infinite love and gratitude, it actually creates a wave, because people have been doing it for a long time. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You got this.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, hon.
Bye.
Okay. So who is next? I forgot.
Leslie is coming into Zoom.
Okay. That's good. And there's no more 1 minutes. Anybody that popped in the room?
I'm going to look.
Okay. So sometimes you get more than 6 minutes, kids, depending on if spirit loves to talk. Because if it likes to talk, it just is like a little chatterbox until it drops me, and then it goes bit. What's that?
I said, Mom, leave Brenda's hair alone.
Ah, I didn't catch her.
I did.
Okay, so when her mom was a hairdresser, and anytime she wants to let her know, hey, honey, I'm thinking of you, she'll like to play with my hair or she'll like to touch my freaking lips. I think she does that for Michelle.
So, my friend Michelle, who's also a medium.
Thanks, I said she lets Michelle. Hi! Ooh, we got to get permission, hopefully.
I'll go like this, and I'm like, hi, Mom. And then because otherwise Michelle doesn't do that.
Right. Okay, so we're going to find out if Leslie wants to be live or not. So as soon as we get the mic to work, and I'm going to ask there.
Pin yourself first, dear.
I think I am pinned.
No, it's all three of us.
No, that's delay. You're looking at delay. Are you rubbing your lips? You were.
There. No, I'm not.
We got like 100 minutes late. There we go. Okay, Leslie, do we have permission to have you on the screen or just use your voice?
You can have me on the screen.
Awesome, thank you. Here we go. Hi, Leslie. How can I help you?
Hey, I was wanting to know how I'm doing on my spiritual path, my awakening. I've been trying to work on myself.
Okay. Okay, so they said that you're doing pretty good, but you have to go deeper. So are you able to see when you're in a program?
Yeah.
Okay, so in a program and a pattern is that all of a sudden you'll have these certain emotions. Can you tell when the emotions are starting to take over, the negative emotions are starting to take over?
Yes.
Okay, and have you been able to get that under control so that you can resolve to evolve out of it?
I think I'm pretty sure. I feel like I have.
Okay, they said that you have moved quite a bit. Now they want you to look deeper at understanding the mirror. So when you look at other people and you're seeing that they're throwing a fit, could you ever see that as yourself, that you've done it in the past?
Yeah.
Okay. See, and that's the thing. So one of the things I do teach is how to wake up. And they said that you're doing good, but they're saying that you have to stop contracting your energy field. So you can be looking at life. Now, how do you heal it? Now, because they said if you think it through without using a tool, so you're thinking and trying to solve it by thinking, all you're doing is wiring your brain to put it in your subconscious mind, in your body's consciousness, and you're shoving the issue deeper. Now you can overcome and just in the higher conscious mind going, oh yeah, everything's good, but your body's falling apart or your life's falling apart. That you need to take and step it up if you want to wake up further. That means just don't overcome. You need to get real with those emotions, see what the contrast is, and put yourself in a position of using tools like, oh my God, tool or tapping to really move it. So how are you using any tools?
No.
All right, that should be your next step, because emotions create the thoughts to be more so, and sometimes make the thoughts to be something that it shouldn't. It'll take you into a negative direction. You need to use tools, because I have a tendency, I can see that sometimes you pick up people's energy and it sits on your back.
Right.
And so you really need to learn how to do the Celtic weave, the connecting heaven and earth, and the hookup, and kick those energies off, because this just looks like it's like shit that got wiped on you. It doesn't need to be there. You're not even really attracting it in or absorbing it. So we need to get that energy off of you. That's the next part of your spiritual growth that you need to do, is learn to understand that your energy and how to take up this much space that you were born into.
Okay.
Who bitches at you behind your back? Do you have a loved one? Do you have a male loved one? Is he crabby?
No.
No?
No.
Crabby. Who is that male energy that's crabby? It could be from the past. I'm just looking because it looks so fresh. So is there somebody new? No, this is old. I'm going to look at this again. Your 4-year-old self says, somebody would yell at me when I was little, and their broadcast of their energy, it's like, Leslie, that broadcast,
Right.
It stuck to you. Now, people were thinking negative thoughts. So you know when the difference in your spiritual path when somebody's in their ego mindset versus their spiritual mindset.
Yep.
Okay. When you were growing up, there was a lot of people that were in a negative mindset and as they were in ego. Is that true?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So there's these unresolved issues and that are playing out as a continued story. And that is one of the things I see sitting there. Nothing to be afraid of. It's just stuff you need to heal out. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just listening to your 4-year-old right now. You were taught to be discouraged about a lot of things. Is that true?
Most definitely.
Okay. This is interesting because it actually changed the way you see with your eyes. What age did you get glasses?
When I was 2.
Was there a lot of chaos in your household?
Not that I remember of.
Okay. So, like for instance, when you were growing up, have you ever heard of any stories like in my household, my dad was an alcoholic. So a lot of us wore glasses because we didn't want to see that pain or that suffering or that fear or that anger. So it actually distorted the way that our eyes are.
Okay.
Understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were also, what year were you born?
62.
Okay, so I'm wondering if in 64 was there a lot going on the planet, and for some reason, did your parents like to watch TV news a lot?
Yes.
Okay, I feel like there was a lot of stuff that came off that TV or the news, wherever they listen to the radio, whatever it is. And are they a type of people that worry? Your mom? Is she a worry wart?
Not a whole lot.
Because I feel like
she doesn't put out that she is.
Because I feel like she repulses from things and pulls away.
Okay.
And because of that, that's also something you've learned was to contract your energy and pull away. And I feel like if you were talking to your mother or your mother was talking to you, you would actually see, she could paint a picture and you would see it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. That's one reason why you don't want, your eyes are the way they are, is they don't want to see that picture. Because did your mom also have, not trying to blame your mom, but this is how you were seeing things. Did your mom did she have a fear of letting go of stuff?
Yes.
Okay. I got like my sinus is just dripping real bad right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like wanting to choke me. So understand what you were observing when you were growing up, that this is how you thought you were supposed to be or how it's supposed to be. That was her journey. You came in and this is how you're supposed to do things. Now, we're not trying to blame, but help you understand that the first part of your life, you're just downloading what other people do.
Right.
You said you want to change. And how am I doing on my spiritual path? You're doing good, but now you need to heal out all of those personalities, that signature, all of those fears, all of what you saw as a child, and realize you do not have to continue to see it that way. You can change those values, those beliefs, and those patterns. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, you have learned that you don't want to be an it anymore. So I feel like you've been standing up more. Is that true?
Very true.
Very good. You're learning. You have a voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
I've been good.
I've been using it.
Yeah. So she needed to hear some good stuff because she has a lot of good stuff, but I just wanted to help her jump. She wants to go farther on her path. That's what you're doing. So keep it up, keep healing, keep going, add some healing tools, and then you're going to be able to take yourself to the next step, hon.
All right.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. All right. Bye-bye, hon.
Bye.
Okay. Here we go. What are we thinking? I can't even see that. All right. Any other stuff?
Just me.
Oh, wait. We have Teresa Voigt, Vaught. Is she here? We have a paid Teresa. And Teresa, you can come on, or we can do it just like this. How would you like to do it? Yes, your mother started to play with my hair again, woman.
She's trying to tell me I'm dizzy.
She's trying to tell me that you're dizzy. Yes, and this is your auto response because you connected with, was it Leslie? No, it was the one before that.
Amanda?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I don't need it. Mama, do not give me her frickin' spin. Heal her, damn it. Oh, you want to go in timeout? She said she's worried. Okay, I'm going to tell you this again. Have you talked to your doctors about your medications, and are they in balance? Do you need them as much? And are you taking them in at the right times, and are they compatible?
I was just there and everything was fine.
Okay. Okay. Did you tell them about your dizziness?
Yeah, and they just want to give me dizzy pills.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't need any more medicines.
No. Them damn things put me to sleep.
Okay, first of all, Teresa, I'm here. Okay, so what do you want to talk about? You can either come on or we can do it like this, but if you want me to talk about something very specific, I can do that. Okay, just let me know. I'll let you see if she answers. All right, so your dizziness, see, and I'm still getting it's the freaking medications. All right, chemicals, yes. Microbes, no. Physical, no. Emotions, no. I keep going back to the physiology that has to do with the medications. Is something that she's taking now? Aha, no. So is there something that you're taking that's interfering with something that's been in your system? Yes. So now we have to get the old out. So if you could figure out some type of a detox to help you do,
okay,
like an apple cider vinegar with a lemon and maybe some honey, that might help clean out some of the blood. Whoops, I forgot to put it in her corner. Hold on. Now, and we'll see if she's ready to go on the show. All right, so we need to, yes, Nahat, can you talk?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Good. Can I make you big or do you want it to be in the corner?
Oh, I don't know. You can make me big. That's fine.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, look how beautiful you are. Ooh, I like the locks. Mm-hmm. Okay, how can I help you?
Oh gosh, I just want to touch on love life.
Okay.
Please.
You want one?
I'm trying to work on one, but I don't know if it's meant to be.
When I'm looking at this, here we go. You just think about the person that you have in your mind.
Okay.
And expressing your love. You're learning how to express your love. And there's something from the past with this one? No, with something. Okay, so which one? There's something that you haven't learned. There's some wisdom you need from a past experience you've had that somehow is stopping you from expressing your love. The attraction card came. It is in reverse. There's a part of you that don't want to attract love in, my dear. So I'm just going to stop right there and look. Do you know? Hey, she's shaking her head. Yes. What do you know?
I know. Well, sometimes I tell myself that my heart is blocked.
See, you know this. And yes, so let's just take that direction and start healing it out. Your inner world creates your outer world. So I'm just going to put them up there and I'm just going to ask Spirit, why is it that she's unable to express her love? And they said, oh, she was 4 years old and the yelling, did you have some? Okay, they just said there's a broadcast message that was yelling at you. And what happened? It made you petrified. So you kind of closed down the pericardium. It's the sac around the heart. So what that means is that you kind of blocked yourself on that one. Okay. And I'm saying, okay, give me more detail. And they said, well, there's a lot of times So tell me, any time throughout your life, have you ever thought, I can't figure it out?
Oh, yes. Even now.
Okay, that's
Mhm.
actually part of when the petrified comes in, it is, I can't figure it out, because that's an arrested development. You're stuck right there. So you're right about the stuck.
But I
Okay.
do love this person, though. I really,
But-
really, really love this person.
Right. And we'll talk about that person in a
Okay.
minute. But we're talking about the thing that stops you from loving
Oh.
or receiving.
Mm.
Okay. Because it's a certain numb factor that divides you. And that's what I'm looking for. And so they said, going back to when you're 4, that petrified is that you draw your energy in. Now I'm going to say, was it stuck in? And has it always been in? Okay. So your energy field, when you, let's say you're hurt by something, you know, or you're feels unsafe, you don't realize that's happening. But what happened at 4 was that you became petrified and you went, this stops you from expressing your love. Now I'm going to ask, can she receive? Now he could sit there and give it all he wants. There's a part of you that energy will come in and won't get past that block you have. And I said, okay, so if that block was gone, and to really look at this, when that block is completely gone, drop the cards, what would happen if it was completely gone? Then they said, notice, then you have to release your ex. So you have that one. And they said, oh, make sure she gets that one. And I said, all right, talk to me about this. And
This is so crazy, because I just had this, I go onto YouTube and these readings, and all this is coming out at the same reading that I had. Yes. It wasn't even a personal reading. It was just an overall resonate reading, and everything you're saying is coming out. The first card that they drew was release the ex.
Excellent. We're going to do this. So here's the thing. The one thing about the ex is that you had lofty energy. Was he like a lofty person, a superior person, somebody that was dominant, somebody that, do you know what I mean by that? Always had to get his way? Did he have what kind of lofty energy?
Well, this ex is the one that I want back.
Okay. But I'm going to ask, is this the ex you need to release? Actually, that's not the ex.
I've been divorced twice.
Let me look at the first one. Okay, there's a pattern, but it's the second one. When you look at that second one, okay, you got to define what lofty is. In this case, did he ever do gaslighting? No.
No.
Did he ever? Okay, so why did you divorce?
Well, because he was an alcoholic.
And he didn't get upset?
He did. He was very, yeah. He's probably the one, because he's my son's dad, and I'm angry at him.
Right, but can you see his lofty energy? I got a drink, that's lofty. I have to do this. My emotions suck, and they're worse than your issues. Fuck off. Da 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 da.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's him. That's him.
Okay, no, that's lofty. And because there was so much time that you spent, it is stuck in you. It's a filter.
Mm-hmm.
It is connected to do with that petrified. So when you were little, you were 4, did you have somebody that had that lofty energy?
Yeah, my dad, he was an alcoholic. Yes.
There you go. So what you're doing is that your inner world's creating your outer world. No matter what you're doing, ignore that. No matter what you're doing, you fell in love. This is the strangest part, is that you will find who your mate's going to be based on who you grew up with. And without realizing it, your attracting factor is to find people that are like that.
Yeah, that have issues.
Right. Yeah. And see, you don't know, because you're thinking, oh, they're different. But there is the common thread of familiarity of what you know as a child, because you fell in love with your parents. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter if you fall out of love with your parents, there was still this particular bond. So when you go out into the world, the attraction factor is what needs to be healed. Now I asked Spirit, did you have that? They said yes. That's why they said if you can't express yourself because you have this lofty energy, it's not that you can't give it. You're just like, I'm a little gun shy. There's no, but then there's a party that's like, yes, here I am. I can just see you running up and slapping your arms around him going, yeah, you know, I can see all this. But there's a part of you that when he shows a sign or he's just being a male, sometimes I think it's the way he eats. I don't know if it's the way he holds these forks.
This guy, the guy that I'm working on, yeah, his eating, he eats so fast, it bothers the crap out of me.
Okay, that's what they're saying. There's a similarity of, woo, okay? So even though you want him, your body's saying, oh God, we have
yes.
It's not the same kind of warning signs. It's just, oh.
Yeah.
That's what you have to heal out of your heart.
But I love him so much. And
right. Don't convince yourself because you're going to drive yourself crazy when you get married. Heal your shit. You can get closer to him. Okay. And there's a part of you that don't quite know what I mean by that because you've never had the experience that I can help people get. Okay. So what I want you to do is the next time he starts doing his eating thing or any other thing he does, I want you to remember, Brenda says, take my left hand. I am to find the first position and put my thumb there. Put my finger in the middle, wrap my fingers around, and push my thumb in. Then place it like this. Brenda says that I'm supposed to keep it there, but I'm supposed to think about, oh, he's eating the food. It's a big fat 10. Ah, okay? So you gotta measure it. And then you're like, oh my God, I can hear him lip smack. Oh my God, look how fast. Oh my God, I'm gonna choke while he's eating. Ah.
I know, I always tell him that you're gonna choke because you're eating so fast.
Right, so let all of the thoughts, let all of the emotions stay in that position and you will start seeing the number 10 come down. I want you to bring it to 0 on any habit he does. Any superior, lofty thing he does that triggers you, because he may not even be doing it, but you will see it as is, because it's a filter. Heal it out. Get it out of your heart, and this will actually start to bring you closer to him. Do you understand?
I do. We're not in communication right now, though. I don't know. Hopefully this will happen, but I don't even know if we will be in communication. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. But you have memory of how he eats. You have, and I'm sure you can pull up other little shit. Heal it out because right now that energy is meant to push you apart. You can change that attraction factor. You can change the entanglement cord so that you guys can come closer. If you are meant to be together, you can heal that out. Now there are probably more stuff to do, but if you can't do it yourself, then make an appointment with me. You can get it out. Okay. You measure it. And once you can feel it come down, please witness. Then you're teaching yourself that you don't have to go there. Do you understand? And when you get it down to 0 and you look and you're like, oh, there it is, or there it is again, understand it's not the same. It's a layer. Heal that one down. Okay. And witness the difference in the feeling. That's why I say measure it from 10, get it up to 10, get it all the way down. Hearing it, watching it. Oh God, there's all you can do. Get it out. And then all of a sudden you'll start to grow. And when you do, you'll be able to, and again, if you're supposed to be together, which if I said, if she went and healed that out, what you have, you could have a honeymoon of a lifetime. You literally can allow yourself to have bliss with this person. Okay.
Thank you, dear. I appreciate it. That was very interesting and fun. Yes. Thank you so much.
You can always watch this again to make sure you do the healing tool. And if you need any other tools, there's a lot of fun healing tools that you can go to my website, medicinewoman.weebly.com, and look under healing tools and use them because you deserve a happy life, my dear.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay,
bye-bye, honey. Well, that was beautiful.
I love her.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So we have an email, do we?
I have one from Killy. I have not gotten Amber's yet.
And what about Kim's?
I've got Kim's, and
okay.
She says that I have 1 minute. I would like to go and pay so I could be on for a while longer.
Oh, you can pay. Yeah, that's good. You go ahead and pay.
Miss
Billy's next. Huh?
Pilly, I've got Pilly's email.
Yeah, read it.
Just whatever you would like to tell
gotcha. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Wow, your mom says you need to take a break on something. She's like washing my mind of just saying, okay. I says, is she okay? And she said, yes. But she pushes herself so hard. And I said, then what? There's a part of you that put yourself under pressure to be something, to do something. Is work getting to you? Is something is okay, if work's getting to you or if something keeps you in that position, do L1D. You know, everybody's doing L1D. Do 1 LD. Okay? Push that in, do 1 LD, okay? So that you don't have to let it get to you, because she says it's just like it's washing over you, and she wants you not to have to get stuck into that. Who we got next? Bobby? Who's next?
Yeah, Bobby, but they must like stop the email at a certain time so they can refresh the whole system or something. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. We'll do Bobby next.
Yep.
Worried? What are you worried about? That manipulation. There's an active memory. I'm watching you actually, like you're looking back, seeing how people manipulate you, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired of it. And because of that manipulation, I feel like you have said, I got to make this stop. So you decided to put an imposed limitation. I have to limit myself from, and they said that you've kind of made yourself feel disheartened. And so you're like, okay, I won't get happy. I won't choose this. And so you have to look at your limitations, as they're saying, because it's an active memory of when you were 5 years old, and the energy in the space basically kind of dictated, and you thought, I don't know how to deal with this. So you kind of limited yourself. Become aware of when you do that, because you need to wake up and say, do I need to do that anymore? And to heal that active memory out, I would say L1D for you also, Bobby. Okay, so part of me wonders, because I'm just emails issues are all over. Do I want to use Google? Would it be easier if we just use Google? You know what I mean? I mean, we already got all these freaking emails out all over.
I know. And how do you close them?
I know I don't want any more, but I don't understand why things are just screwing up all over the place. I tried to send out receipts to everybody, and all of a sudden it's like,
yeah,
I got so many kickbacks. I said, what? This is supposed to be easy. How can it be easy? I don't know if just everybody's having security issues. That would tell you that on the collective whole, we need to heal how we don't feel secure, and that we have to put in all these limitations, not healthy ones, by the way, but fearful ones, which causes us to disconnect. I mean, this is what I keep seeing. Every program I'm trying to use, there's always something to do with the password has changed. We have to upgrade. There's all of these things that's supposed to be improved is better, but it's about safety, security, and stability. So where is it we're not having that? That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm going to look to see if anything's been sent. Because it's 12:18 and soon I'm going to go because I'm getting tired. And I'm going to open up PayPal and see if I can go that way, just in case it didn't come through. Wow, I asked Brenda, is my spirit guide have something for me? What did I tell her? That you had to heal something. Did I answer it, or did you want that answered? Because usually any information that comes through like that is because Spirit has talking to me. So I can't tell if that, it's funny. Can't tell if that she wants me to answer that or if it did get answered. So just let me know.
She wants you to answer that.
All right, but your spirit guide will probably tell me the same thing. Give me something different. You've been obsessing about something. Hold L1D. You're worried about something. Hold L1D. The spirit guide, again, is saying that your identity is about how you're afraid. And I keep looking over my shoulder. It's like, oh. So the sign here is there's nothing yet. Nothing yet. So if I'm looking. Oh, and you answered my question. Good. Again, notice how all of a sudden this is happening. So L1D, that's interesting.
L1D is everybody today.
Gotta be doing the heart big time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was hardly anybody else that was different than L1D tonight.
Come on, Brenda.
Huh?
I don't have enough room to send you one.
You're gonna send me what? Oh, I like it. It's a purple uni. I like it a lot. All right, so are they coming on or not?
No,
Oh, you could have told me that 3 minutes ago. Anyway, do I
Kim just wants a 1 minute because
okay, so Betty says, oh my God, beautiful. So everybody wants your cut now. All right, Kim.
I got it at JCPenney's. I ordered it.
Which are they going out of business now?
As far as I know, most of the stores have closed, but the online is still running.
Ooh, there you go. Okay, so Bernadette, you'll be after that. And who do I just say? Kim. Kim and then Bernadette. Kim. Where are you going? To be sluggish when they're around. So your body or your mind, something goes, oh, so whoever it is that's around you, you just, ugh. So you actually feel certain sluggish when certain people are around. And I said, okay, then what? And then they said there is this excitement. What do you mean karma? So it's a good thing, karma balance. So you're showing, oh, they're saying, notice the difference when you're around people. Somebody will make you feel sluggish. Somebody will make you feel like a sloth. Somebody will make you feel like an adventure. Some people will make you feel like you can do anything in the world. Notice that you're like the chameleon energy. You'll be affected by people's moods or the type of energy field that they wear around them. You will, like my ex was a sloth, and I had that. Where my husband now, he's like an athlete, so I put myself in. Woo, gotta go. You know, so we do it now.
Bunny.
Huh?
Like the Energizer Bunny.
Yes, he is. He's my Energizer Bunny. I'm not going to tell you how sexy he is as a rabbit, but that's okay. Angela, do you want to come on or do you want to just like this? You choose. And then I'm going to go to give Bernadette her 1 minute. Remember, give timestamp to Kim. I don't know if she's aware I did it. You're an it. Something about have to make you feel like shit. I can't stop touching my hair all of a sudden. Wounded story. So do you have a story? Do you have a story that you lead? Is there a wound that you lead with? Okay. Because Bernadette, they said there's something to do with when you were 7, you went into self-preservation. There was a wound. I'm just going to ask, was there something inappropriate that happened to you? Yes, there was. And your body keeps going through it. I mean, literally, I just want to keep doing this, which means I don't. So it is how they said there's a little bit of a depression. There's a little bit of because you're crying and a little bit of stifling of energy. Okay. Okay, so that was Bernadette. Make sure you give Bernadette, well, Bernadette, let me make sure you got this. Make sure you have the timestamp. Angela says right here is fine. I'll look up if there's something in particular that you want me to talk about. Otherwise, here we go. What? Fear? Is it theirs? No. So there's a fear. Oh, you're talking about world? Yes. There's this fear, and this fear that it's like there's just this fear, disdain, and there's an identity. Identities. You recognize something towards yourself about all of this stuff. It's making something stir up and come up inside of you. They said there is a particular outcome that you feel people have a particular outcome. They won't change their behavior. They won't change their behavior. And they said that's something about you. There's something in you that you don't want to change your behavior. And I'm looking, and they said that. Okay, so while you're doing this, Angela, make sure you push your, do the hookup, because we got to get this governing meridian up because it's down. And they said there's a particular paranoia because you're feeling these energies from these people. Now you're into paranoia. You can feel these things. And they said that the governing meridian went down, and you literally feel. And I don't know if you are aware that here's you and here's them. So it's like my body is saying that sometimes you just get caught up in this world consciousness. Is it because you're an empath, sensitive, or kinesthetic? No, what's happening? You get caught up with the stress. So since your body's in stress, your body will get caught up. And they said the number one thing that happens is that you can't stop feeling the vulnerability. Worthless. Huh? The environment. Wow. Okay, it's interesting because now I feel like, when there's a bomb go off and it goes poof, and you can feel the sonic boom. That's not gone through you, but you are fully aware of it. That part of you is waking up, and you're like, wow, I think I need to heal the worthlessness that's in me. And Spirit says, yes, if you're going to do this, understand the program of how you were shut down is a way, taking that happy is a way to raise you to behave a certain way, to be a certain way, if this makes sense. Because hopefully you can respond. What? I don't. Wow, I don't know how to explain that. You don't over-deprive, and so you over-deprive yourself. So there's a part of way that you are functioning. Again, look at how you do it. It's like you have to make sure that not only you deprive yourself, but you have to over-deprive yourself to feel like you can make a difference for the next person. That energy is a blue, so that means that the blue energy that was on the planet is now green. You have to learn to let that go, which means you're going to have to unhook it, an emotional aspect of it. And the emotional aspect is that, oh my God, it is, hi, Ma, how you doing? Or hi, Dad, or the teacher or your friend, and they scorned you. Angela, why'd you do that? It's in that moment. Is where you've taken a picture and you're stuck. It's why, and you don't know what to do with it. Okay. So they said that there is a part of you that just, I don't. And therefore it's like, I don't want that to happen again. Therefore it's an away from. Empath and sensitive. Okay. All right. But so whatever that incidence is, with that experience applied to that it's unresolved, it connects to your empath and being your sensitive. So this has its own energy field with all the other stuff you have on top of it. So let's look at this. It's connected to disapproval, because all of a sudden it's like my eyes. So is that one of the things? Keep going. Okay. the energy just, wow, my energy just sinks right in. I mean, I literally could fall asleep. It's like, so you trying to wiped out. You wiped out. You're tired of feeling defensive and deprived. You're starting to tell yourself that I don't like these things. I don't need to do these things. Worry, deprive, all these. I don't need those things anymore. But do you know how to let go? No. What do you want to do? They said the first thing is that you really are just going to have to do R1D, right wrist, third position. Push your thumb in deep. And what I just said, if you can connect with any of it, to just really, because you're meant to see it and break it down. Right now, it may just come to the surface, but you need to, once you heal it and start to heal, it's like all of a sudden you're going to be able to see it. And then you're going to start to notice that once you begin to heal those things out, then they can stand off in a distance instead of be inside or in your face. You'll be able to see it. Then you can decide whether you want what you want to do with it. Okay. But you have to notice how it feels like a sonic boom. You have to feel how it, and just say no. So make sure you're hooked up. Make sure you have that protection so that it can just go around you, away from you. Okay. But you have to go back to that little memory that makes that experience, because as an empath and sensitive, you can heal those, you can change it, but to really get to it, you have to go back to that little self, that memory. And they really want you to notice that, ooh, and they want you to do R3S because you're addicted to that particular behavior. So as you're learning how to become a healthy empath, a healthy sensitive, you have to take that piece off so that you can develop and grow and mature your abilities. Okay? Very, very important. Okay, so how are we doing? And does that make any sense, Angie? And
I have no more emails.
Okay, good. So, oh, you like my color. That's awesome. Yes, Angie, you have suppressed that. And we're going to help you heal out certain things so you don't have to suppress those abilities. I'm wondering now if you are channeling. I know! That was... Oh my God, that's exactly what I said to my husband. I said to my husband, I says, I feel like I'm Jewish all of a sudden. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's, what am I doing? And she just, that's funny. Because I felt the same thing. I've had ringlets before and nothing, but this.
I wonder if it's because of the blonde.
I did it the other day. It didn't have that energy field. But today it has that energy field because it's, I think it's the combination.
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it? Now, if you would like to do another reading, you know, I'll get, if it doesn't take too long, sure. And then.
Yeah,
but
we're at 3:33.
Yeah, that'll be our last one. See, you picked it up too, Melinda. Because I looked at my husband. He had the same impression. We both went, huh. You know, I like to morph apparently into people, places, things. Oh my God, that is funny. Yes, I'm trying to, I got to get some dark royal blue, pretty royal blue that stands out, like her chair color. If you see her chair color, maybe a little bit more royal. So I can crochet myself a headpiece here because I got two colors here that can be swapped out so that the orange I can swap it out with other colors I have. I got it so I can restyle this any way I choose because the other side of it is has a bow type thing and I can change it so it looks like a different type of a headpiece.
I'll just let
if you're sure, Bobby, because I will be here Thursday, but then that costs more then. No, seriously.
Wednesday in the States.
Oh, Wednesday and Thursday. So If you want to do it now, that's great. That's fine. That's fine. So in the tribal, we started talking about lack, and that was a good topic. There are so many things as soon as I got off asking that question, because I put it up and I don't really try to answer it until after everybody has started to learn that they have a voice and it's important. From their point of view, it's important. And then I start to throw in some of the knowledge and all these other things that happen. Kristen, we'll just do it right now. Again, Bobby, if you want to do it, if not, just say no, and then we'll go from there. But Kristen, we'll just do this right now. So let's see. A cloudy, oversympathetic. You can be sympathized with other people, but if you get lost in their story, or if somebody has pulled you in and get you lost in their story, what's going to happen is that you're going to become oversympathetic, and then you're going to give a reaction and to whatever it is. Maybe you don't want to do it, or you hate that you do something, but you're cloudy. That means that yeah, it's cloudy. It meaning that sometimes the energies don't make sense. You don't know why you do certain things. As I was asking if your energies were scrambled, and they said no, it has to do a lot with how you're working through your sixth chakra at this point. And so you're in the middle of learning a particular lesson about the self. Okay, so, oh, my screen, where'd everybody go? Okay. Oh my gosh. I swear I thought I seen 9/11. What? Okay, so the time lapse is incredibly.
It's horrible. It's like gosh, almost a minute.
It's terrible. That is awful.
It is. It's like
no, I'm just going to join your class. Okay, I believe I would benefit more to join than getting a reading at this point. Yes, it's not that much. $36. It sounds like a lot, but you get a heck of a lot. You get 5 weeks of stuff. Even if there's only 4 weeks, you get 5 particular classes, and they're important. They build up upon each other so that you can have a month of growth. The way we talk in classes, the way that is building, by the way. And she throws a card up a day to help you question and think, and we can learn from each other.
Which reminds me.
Did you get to put the card up? What?
Yeah, I haven't put one up yet today.
Aha. Soon we're going to have to look and create more. Create our own.
I have a couple more.
Oh,
decks.
that's okay.
I have one that's it's meditations, and I have one that's daily something or another. What is it? Daily meditations for for healing happiness.
Okay. I'm all in. Okay. Love you all. Thank you very much for all of your. Remember to love and share and like, all those little things up there. Like, share, love, get notified. And you guys are great. So what was the new hashtag that I couldn't even get out?
I don't remember.
Dang it. I was going to say, darn it. Okay, anyway, resolve to evolve.
Heal and study deal.
You can heal that.
Feel it to heal it.
And I can't remember the last one that we said we're going to have. We'll have to look at this. Okay, I love you all. And please, 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 please
stay blessed.
Goodbye. Oh, wait. How do I end it? I've got it back, and now I forgot how to end the darn thing. Isn't that funny? I've lost it. You know what? Don't matter. This is how I'm going to do it. Bye.